Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the Wire. We starting off with birthday shout outs, so I don't forget. I want to give a big shout out to my guy Swaggy Panda.
Happy birthday.
We got Liam. Liam, happy birthday to
happy
you.
Birthday,
Happy
Liam.
birthday.
Liam doesn't matter. You do matter, my brother. Happy birthday to you. Andreas, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Andreas.
Happy birthday, Mr. Nocioni.
Deshaun, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Sean.
And then we also got Hexy.
Happy birthday to Sean.
Hexy, happy birthday. And Drew, your birthday.
Hexy, Drew. What was the first name again?
Hexy.
No, I'm the first
Swag
name.
Panda.
Swag Panda. There you
Swag
go.
Panda.
Swag Panda. It sounds like
Drew.
a generated Xbox name.
I saw your message late. Your birthday was July 9th. Happy birthday, man.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everybody, bro. I hope everybody.
would you rather get it late or never
birthday.
get it?
But that's what I want to
But
say.
this is why we should just say happy birthday to everybody today, whether their birthday is in November, October, January. It don't matter. Happy birthday, man.
July.
What I don't like is I'll get somebody, girlfriend, mother, or even them hit me up and say, man, my birthday. And a lot of times I see it like now.
Yeah.
And I don't reply. I just say it. I don't have to say, oh, okay, I got you. I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
and they don't say nothing back.
Some people have DM'd me and said, my birthday is in like X amount of weeks. Can you tell me birthday? I'm like, I'm not gonna remember.
I'm not gonna
it.
remember that.
Yeah, you gotta remind me like day before. Yeah. Like telling me in advance is gonna get.
They think you're gonna walk into your kitchen and say,
Put that on the calendar.
Long episode ahead of us, y'all. We got to talk about Kelly Oubre and the 76ers. We got to talk about the Miami Heat because they continue to win games. We're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors and their struggles. We're going to talk about Zion Williamson, who had some comments after his last game. The LA Clippers have yet to win a game in the Harden era. And then we got a game. Where would they be traded to? Mike, give me the drop the mic, please.
All right. Today's drop the mic is, are enforcers still a real thing in this league? How many enforcers off top can you kind of name?
None. There's zero enforcers because the NBA won't allow it to be.
zero.
When a person dunks on somebody and they flex it a little bit and get a technical foul, we know that means that we can't even go a step ahead of that. We can't have nobody just getting in people's face and getting kind of rowdy and things like the NBA won't allow it. So there's zero enforcers. There's guys like Draymond Green that is this version of enforcers in 2023, but that's not Charles Oakley. That's not the enforcers that we grew up with. So I'm going to say zero.
Yeah, because Draymond Green, I feel like sometimes they have a short leash with him, but then also it seems like games where they have a long leash with him.
His leash is very long from the talking standpoint. Once he gets physical, he has a very short leash.
Yeah,
but the amount of times he looks at the ref, claps at the ref. I remember when Jason Tatum got a technical foul during a nationally televised game because he turned the ball over. He did like this to himself, but the referee thought it was to him, and he got a technical foul. Like there are some players that have very short leashes. Draymond has one of the longest in the league when it comes to talking. Yeah, when it comes to talking.
But he also had that clip with Anthony Edwards that recently came out that I thought was funny when he was talking about ain't nobody worried about you, and because he had fouled Ant kind of hard, and Ant was like, "Damn, why did he foul me so hard?" And like Draymond felt the need that he needed to respond, like as if he didn't do it.
You saw what I said?
What?
The jig is up. That's why I don't think it's no enforcers because like that. And his response is why, like Anthony Edwards is like, you're nobody care about you.
De'Aaron Fox was the same way,
the tough guy.
Yeah,
and he got into it with Donovan Mitchell. Like you're not putting fear in anybody, and that shit ain't working because the enforcer no longer exists. And what you're doing, I don't know. First of all, I don't know what Draymond is trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to play a mind game, get in people's head, if he's just trying to spark his team up. But whatever he's trying to do is not working. Because the Cavs beat their ass after that shit, and he got ejected. Anthony Edwards handed him an L as his response. I'm not talking. Here's an L. So, like, the Warriors need you to play basketball.
Yeah, facts.
The whole Draymond and what we're used to in the heart and soul shit, he has to show that in a different way because the talking stage and the talking point, they're past. Clay is not the Clay from that back then. Wiggins ain't on
Wiggins
nothing.
is one of the
Wiggins
most disappointed players in the NBA.
The talking, you were able to do that when y'all was a little bit more loaded. Now they need production. So I think the jig is up and all of that, and that's funny because I don't think there's no enforcers because you got a hoop and nobody. Too many players have said it. Nobody is fighting.
Yeah.
So now that that's gone. It's done.
I was looking through the rosters trying to like see because I feel like in every team's way they have their tough guy or enforcer or whatever, and I was like, they don't really hit the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you do have your tough guys.
Serge Ibaka not out there no more.
Yeah, it's like just having those guys that bring that grit, but like no one's actually like fighting. Like Pat
Right.
Bev, he's gonna bring that energy, that grit, and that toughness. PJ Tucker, same thing, grit, toughness. Dylan Brooks, like those aren't enforcers, but like they have that gritty, tough mentality that kind of like rubs off on a team.
They more irritants than like enforcer is like, what's up?
Yeah, facts.
I got 6 fouls. And now they finna all count what you finna do about it. If we gonna fight, come on. This shit in today's league is like, we know ain't nobody gonna fight. They're just finna talk. Dylan Brooks is finna be annoying. Patrick Bev gonna be annoying, but it's not gonna be no fight, and nobody's fearful.
Enforcers used to be like, man, he just scored 3 layups in a row. I bet he won't do it again.
That's like that's what Shaq be saying that on television. Like, I bet if he would have came down to the paint on me, I would have put him on his ass.
I just said the same thing in my Maxey breakdown when Jalen Smith, Maxey did the sweep through and top and put his hand in. That's the foul. And Jalen Smith just let Maxey go and finish the N1.
Oh.
No, sorry, we're not playing dirty, but he has to go on his ass.
Yeah,
Because
facts.
he
We're
already
going to
got
make the
fouled.
foul count.
Yeah, he
We're
already
making
got
the
fouled.
foul count. So
Yeah.
there's no N1. You're going to come in there. You're going to have to shoot 2, and you're going to know if you come back in here again, that's the paint. You know,
Make him
this is
second
big
guess
man
it.
shit.
Yeah.
You're going to feel that.
Especially backup bigs. Backup bigs can gotta spare those fouls.
Yeah.
To just put somebody on their ass. Now you don't want to be dirty.
No,
You
not
kick
at
that-
all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But
You know who I used to see always do that? Like he didn't care about them fouls. Like JaVale McGee off the bench, he was fouling hard as hell,
But
bro.
I just think he just
He was.
I think that's just his like.
I'm not saying he was no
He
enforcer,
wasn't
but I
thinking,
like
I'm
he
gonna
understood.
enforce.
He understood that principle. Like I'm finna do that, like off the bench. type
yesterday
shit.
there was a play. Who did they play against last night? They played against the Cavs.
Cavs, yeah.
And JaVale McGee was in the game. This is like late third quarter. He committed a stupid foul, and I just watched De'Aaron Fox look at him like, like you can't hear him like smack his lips, but I
Bro.
saw it in his face.
No, one of the dumbest fouls I've seen recently is when it was like 2 seconds left in it was against the Clippers, bro. Desmond Bane fouled him with like 2 seconds left in the third quarter and then put James Harden at the line. And they gave him his 5th foul too.
There's no
so
stupider
it's just like
foul
why?
than a breakaway. KB is in front of me, and he just makes the layup. And one.
Yeah.
It happens way too often.
It's like, why you touch him?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you are gonna do that, you got to make sure he don't go up. But to just,
Look, coach, I was in a play.
I never understand that, bro.
Y'all want to know something that really grinds my gears? With
What?
the NBA,
That gotta be his segment.
Let's do it.
It's the bad 2-for-1s, like where you have like where there's like 20. Let's say there's 30 some seconds left, and somebody just comes down and just takes a bad shot.
I love this,
and
Darrick.
for the fact of getting that last 5 seconds of getting nothing.
Yes.
Like when you could have literally just played out the
You
clock.
know who did that?
You know who's the king of that? Zach LaVine is
yeah.
the king of a bad 2-for-1.
And it's like they use it as an excuse to just take a
They do.
awful shot.
Anthony Edwards did that in that close overtime game against the Celtics before they went into overtime. He took a way crazy shot.
But it's a 2-for-1.
And I was like, ain't got to be patient there. And a lot of motherfuckers came in my thing, not arguing, but more so like, yeah, he was just playing for the 2-for-1. And I was like, huh? It's
Bro,
a
do
tie
y'all remember
game.
we lost the game to the Blazers last year because Russell wanted a 2-for-1 while
Yes,
we were
I
up.
remember that. I remember
And it's like, yeah, when the game is tied, 2-for-1 goes out of the window when you have 33 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to generate the best shot to score
Right.
to put myself in position to win. Now, I'm not playing for a 2-for-1 when it's 111 to 111 in the fourth.
One of the
Since
commentators said it in a good way. He was like, you're going to give 2 bad shots for 1 good shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like usually that first one's really bad. Now you got to really work for that second one to make sure it actually is a good shot. And most of the time, it's not going to end up being it.
They did a comprehensive study of the 2-for-1. This is back in 2011, so the data is not as great as it is
Oh,
now.
hell no.
Yeah.
2011, we was in the hallway.
The facts. They're talking about Jason Terry in the NBA Finals. That's how old this is. Only 17.8 of the time, the team that tries a 2-for-1 scores both times.
Yeah, see, and it's usually because that first shot is so bad that you're not going to score both times.
It's that mindset like we're going
But wait,
to give
is
them,
it
we're
worth
just
it
going to
then?
get the 2 shot.
17.8%.
I'm guessing
It's
that
not
number.
that bad now that I'm thinking about
I'm guessing that number probably is also up because they're trying so hard to do it in today's game. You can tell that it's something that is coached. It's something that's talked about because of the analytic department. It's probably like, man, analytics say we get 2-for-1 and then you
Right.
get this. And that's what I don't like about it. It's like I like stats and analytics when they support things, but certain things always have to be instinctive in the nature of a basketball game. Because then, you have players like what Russell Westbrook done. He went and he's so programmed to say 2 for 1 that in the heat of the game, he thought 2 for 1 instead of winning the game.
And 26.9% of the times, both teams walk away from a 2 for 1 with the same amount of points. And this is a sample size of 15,000. So it didn't just it stopped in 2021, but it also had years and years and years of data, which is pretty interesting. And it gives like the full graph and stuff. And if I knew anything, I would be able to tell you what any of these numbers mean. But just interesting study.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good basketball, and I just always just feel like the first shot is just pretty bad.
I'm with it in the first quarter, second quarter.
Yeah,
when we talking about fourth quarter, game on the line, there is no such thing as a 2 for 1, man.
Yeah, you gotta take your time.
I've been cool with it. It's just the time and score type of thing. Right, you got to realize like what the situation is.
A lot of times it's just like let our bucket do what he can do in 3 seconds.
It's
a 30-foot 3-point.
I was about to say, usually it's like a very long 3-pointer that's just jacked up, probably a little bit of contested.
Because if you try to get to the basket,
it takes time off.
Yeah, you waste too much time.
Yeah.
So.
Also, you get the times where teams are trying to do 2 for 1, but they do take too much time, and now it just ends in a bad shot, and then the other team just has 23 seconds now. So it's like that we didn't even accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. But it just takes a good game manager. Speaking of that, let's talk about the Warriors because we did talk about Draymond Green just a little bit. The Warriors are struggling after a really good start. They're on the losing streak of 3 games. They're the 7th seed at 6-5. They've lost some pretty bad ones. Now some of these losses are against good teams, right? It's the NBA at the end of the day.
They're funny though.
What's that?
Last year they couldn't win on the road. Now they're having a hard time winning at home.
Yeah,
I believe they're like 5-2 on the road and like 1-3 at home.
Yep.
So. Andrew Wiggins over this past week averaged 8 points on 9% shooting from 3, 30% from the free throw line. Yeah. Horrible. I'm talking horrible.
The free throw shooting thing is actually abysmal. 30% is terrible.
Yeah. Horrible. He's always been bad, but this is just unheard of at this point. He had a small sample size last year where he was dealing with personal matters and stuff, and then came back and didn't play a ton of games, but at least he was adequate. He was okay. Now he's averaging 10 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 1 assist on 41% from the field, 15% from 3, and now it is a 49%.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry,
yeah.
50% from the free throw line.
My stats were just over this past week.
Right,
sorry. I don't want to get misconstrued, but
and he was, when they won a championship, he was their second best player. They cannot afford for him to not be good. And right now, it's if Steph Curry is not dropping 40 or 30s, they are not in games. Nobody else has alleviated the pressure off Steph Curry.
And it felt like what made Andrew Wiggins so good besides the defense is just like the times he did get the ball, he capitalized on it. But now it's just not there. Like those jumpers is not falling at all.
Yeah. I agree with Mike. That was a great fold for them to have where like you love the fact that Andrew Wiggins in that role was so nice to see, and we liked it so much because it was half of like what we saw in Minnesota where they were trying to run the offense through number 1 option. This is like you're not the number 1 option, but in times where Steph ain't in the game and the play don't pan out and we can throw it to you, you can get your own shot. Like that was an incredible fold to have with his defense and his offensive rebounding. He was clashing the glass very hard with Kevon Looney. This worries me though. This was a team that obviously we have our contenders that we look at on paper, but this is like they were like the Miami Heat to me where you respect them because they have Steph and they have an infrastructure that has shown us time and time again that they can't be counted out. And that was all I really had coming into the season. But now we're in the season and Wiggins is playing like this. Draymond is like doing more antics than really hooping. I feel like all of my memories of him is he hit 2 threes a couple times.
Yes.
And then he keeps getting into it with people. And Clay is like not on nothing, but he just said his next 10 games he going to be on some shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad he told us that.
Yeah.
I like that about Clay though. I think a lot of people should, I would say young players should probably look at Clay and like take that confidence as like something that he knows that there's struggles throughout the NBA season, and like he doesn't seem to ever let it derail him because he's gonna keep shooting. Yeah. Like if there's one thing about Clay, he's gonna shoot the damn ball, and he's mentally seems like he's locked in to where I know I'm gonna get out of this. Some young players when they struggling like this, they tend to be a little bit more conservative, not not take the shots, be a little more hesitant. They gonna want more.
I think
Clay
that
gonna
comes
shoot
with
that shit.
I think that comes with being a great shooter because any great shooter is like a baseball player. The slump is coming. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You're gonna JJ Redick is gonna slump, Corver slump, but you're still a shooter. You're still getting paid to shoot, so you can't really be hesitant.
Cause right now he's averaging 16 on 42%. Like, what's that jump for him? Because Klay Thompson, he's not the same Klay Thompson we know.
Yeah.
He's been taking like 15, 16 shots. So even if he can get to like 50%, do you see him at like that 22, 22?
He's got to average over 20 points per game for this season to be
And that's
effective.
why it's scary.
Yeah.
Because Wiggins ain't there, and it's not that Klay is horrible. He just scared the hell out of me. But y'all see that dude on top of that?
Oh.
It's a dude with a highlight shirt on the window. You probably can't see him.
now.
Yeah, but yeah, Klay is it's just a lot to ask for Klay to be a 23-point scorer out of, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the last time he was that? 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Had to be a couple years ago.
And that's where you look at Wiggins to have shouldered some of that scoring. It's just not there, man, because Draymond ain't gonna score. Looney ain't gonna score. Chris Paul is a maestro off the bench. He's not going to score.
I'm actually
Klay Thompson's never averaged 23 points per game.
Chris Paul is probably
What's the highest he's been at?
22.3.
22.
Which
Roughly around there.
That was in 2017.
Oh, so
But that was
Last year he averaged 21.9 though. So
Oh.
it's like he's always
he's been
around
floating around there. He's
been
been
a
floating
20
around
point
there.
per
So
game scorer.
16 is just low for him.
Yeah.
Is 16 the lowest besides rookie year?
It is his lowest since his rookie year. Yep.
Wow.
Also things that scare me is that
Sorry, Klay. I don't know why I thought you was 18 game. You still 20. So I'm sorry. I'm
Do
sorry.
your thing. They're 6-5, right? One of their wins came on a controversial call of Draymond Green tapping against Steph Curry. Who knows what should have happened? I don't know. I ain't look at the 2-minute report. Maybe they said that was the right call. The other one was a game winner of Klay Thompson versus the Sacramento Kings, who didn't have De'Aaron Fox, if I'm not mistaken.
And we didn't understand why Chris Paul was doing that. He knew that they weren't on nothing. Klay, he needed. Y'all remember that? He kept touching him.
Yeah.
So-
They showed the stats for that De'Aaron, like with De'Aaron Fox and without De'Aaron Fox, it was like 9 days. They were like minus 20 points. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, you saw it last night.
yeah, last
Like,
night he was dogging.
Yeah, like last night that
So
team
that
had
Kings game was like that should have been a W, like
No,
in the
facts.
bag.
Yeah, last night with De'Aaron Fox, they put up 100 points through 3 quarters.
Yeah.
like it was night and day without him.
So it's just like of their 6 wins, 2 of them have come of like grinding your teeth to the nitty gritty, maybe controversial calls. It's just not as pretty as I thought through the first week and a half. I'm like, oh yeah, this team contenders, they looking real good. Chris Paul's on the bench and they're winning minutes with Chris Paul, which is still true, but even in that, Chris Paul can't find his jump shot. He's basically out there as a prime facilitator, like that 1-2K build I was telling you I was gonna make with no finishing, no shooting, I'm just gonna play make. That's what Chris Paul is up to.
He's doing it very good though.
Jonathan
That second
Kuminga's
unit-
been fine.
Yeah, that
but-
second unit does look better with him as the
For
maestro.
Set
sure,
that air
for
ball.
sure.
Yeah, it looks
It
way
is
more
dramatically
competent.
better than the Jordan Poole eras of last and when off the bench. But like Jonathan Kuminga, they expected to take the junk. He's averaging 12 points per game. He's airballing layups when he had 10 points when his over-under was 10.5. It's just not as pretty, and nobody has really alleviated the pressure.
Yeah.
Of the games that they've played so far, there's only been one game where somebody else has led them in scoring. There was Dario Saric, who had 20 points one game. Everything else has been Steph Curry. Which normally is fine because he's Steph Curry, but like how long can we depend on this man to be averaging 30 for us to be in games? Eventually, Steph Curry's going to have a bad game. It ain't really happened yet,
Yeah.
but he's human at the end of the day. And if Steph Curry's not dropping 30 points on 50, 40, 90, this team is not really competing in a lot of games.
No, I think they kind of showed it last year too when the team just really wasn't as good, and I think that's the same case this year. The roster is really not that good. You know, it's based on really Steph Curry.
And what's also a bad thing with this team, like even Steph Curry's in his prime still, he's still dominant, one of the top 10 players in the league. There's no one that they really can usher in and like is like that next guy, or like you could see them like taking that next step of like taking the reins from Steph Curry. So like post Steph Curry era, you don't really know what to expect from this team. Or,
But
like,
I don't even think they care about that. They shouldn't
Yeah.
care about post Steph Curry era. They should be focusing, like honing in on Steph Curry. And I thought that's what they were doing by trading a 24-year-old Jordan Poole for a 40-year-old Chris Paul to like accelerate the current timeline. We don't have time to be doing the double-edged sword where we going to develop Wiseman and Moody and Kuminga while also winning the championship. And they were able to win the championship, but they sacrificed the development part of those young dudes. They shouldn't care about what's happening post Steph Curry because the Steph Curry era has got them 4 championships and they want to get 5. I would sacrifice the next 10 years of fandom for another championship.
Yeah.
So fuck the post Steph Curry era. Focus right here, right now.
But I'd rather have them guys if this how I knew Andrew Wiggins and these motherfuckers want to play.
Oh yeah.
I'm just being honest. That shit sound good. That's all, but that's all it is. It just sounds good. That shit ain't on nothing, man. Bro, I'd rather have those young dudes. If this what the fuck I'm getting from these guys, they might look back at this and be like, that was a mistake. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. Because I just don't see how in a 7-game series, this team, if they continue to play like this and depending on these guys who are performing at this level, I don't know how they spook anybody, man. You just gotta, it's gonna be like 2K. Move the fuck out the way. You shoot 45 times 30, and if Clay can get some open shots, hopefully he can hit them. Yeah. But Wiggins, man, you stay the fuck away from the ball. If you can't 30% at the free throw line.
Yeah,
that is Ben Simmons shit.
Worse.
That is big man. What's Drummond? I gotta see what Drummond is shooting at the free throw line.
Busy was shooting higher than him, and we was laughing at Bismack. Bismack was at least going 1 for 2 when they was playing.
And then with him struggling this bad, it just don't seems like a parallel for them to make a trade.
You know the crazy part? He's been a 70% free throw shooter a lot of the times in his career on like good attempts. Now 50% is crazy.
Andre Drummond is shooting 53% from the free throw line.
Better than
3% better than Wiggins.
Better than Wiggins. They should just make the trade straight up. Wiggins for Drummond.
You like that?
They need size. That's another thing. This team is small as shit. They're the shortest roster in all of the NBA. Hey, Kevon Looney plays big. Draymond Green may play big, but man, they gotta go against a lot of bruising bigs. And again, Draymond has a reputation to be able to hold his own against pretty much any big in the league. But I'm just saying, if those dudes aren't on the court, they're getting output. Dario, who we love, is just not holding his own against some of the other bigger teams in the league.
Yeah, but I guess in his defense,
trade for Drummond.
I guess in Dario's defense, he's going against backup bigs. He doesn't really have to go against Jokic. I mean, yeah, maybe throughout small stints in the game, but mostly that's Draymond and Kevon Looney anyway. Yeah. So
I'm just a little disappointed in them right now after how good they started. You know?
No, yeah, they started off really good, but I guess reality hit. Maybe this is just a slump.
It could be.
Wiggins and Klay Thompson can easily bounce back, and they can go on like a 6-7 game win streak, and we in here having a different conversation. Like,
I just don't think Wiggins can be worse. So that's a good thing. You know, he can't be worse than what he's playing right now.
Hey, sometimes you just as low as you can get, and it's just up from here.
Yep.
So
shout out to Wiggins, I guess. I want to talk about these Zion Williamson comments because they caught me by surprise. I woke up the other morning and I was reading through all the post-game interviews. I like to kind of not watch post-game interviews, but try to find the most interesting quotes for a lot of them. And this is the one from Zion that went viral. Last year, we had a team meeting, and we brought up some things I can do better, especially with buying into the program. Right now, it's tough. I'm taking a little bit of a back seat right now. I'm trusting the process. I'm trying my best to buy in right now. He's trying, guys, to buy in. He's not doing it. He's trying to buy in. And it's I have a couple different problems with this quote. The first one is, brother, you've played 30% of the games of your NBA career. You can't expect everything to be handed to you when they haven't had you as a reliable piece.
Yeah.
Imagine them spending their entire offseason saying, our game plan is 100% Z because he's that talented. And then with your track record, that could fuck up their whole season because a twisted injury, twisted ankle has held you out for weeks at a time. So it makes sense for them not to say that this is your team, you have the ball 100% of the time. But also, if you look at the numbers, he does have the ball like the most of his career right now.
Yeah, when I watch Zion play, it doesn't seem like he's taking a back seat.
I'm just so curious of what he means by buying in, or what is the system that he's buying into, because he has the ball more than anybody in the league. His usage rate is higher than Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, pretty much everybody on the roster. It's just very weird to me because this is a team that can't afford to build around you completely, where you can't be the Luka of your team, because Luka has been durable in his career. And Luka has let's be real, he has the bag to be able to carry an entire offense. I love to watch Zion play. It's not like this dude is doing dribble, step backs, spin move, up and unders. Like, he has one gear and one force, and he's great at that. But you can't just build your entire team and your entire roster around that. Also, the team can't stay healthy either. Yeah. I would be crazy for us to do a podcast, right? Because that's my job. And Mike is out because of health and safety protocols, and Darrick is missing, and I'm like, damn, our podcast is not as good anymore. I'm struggling, Pierre, to buy into our podcast, and we're missing two of the most important pieces. All of the people that are injured right now are quality pieces to your team. This team has zero playmaking. Zero.
KB, to his defense, and like three of us said when we came up here, this is always what it is, though. This team is always fucking hurt.
Yeah.
It's always hurt.
Can't
they came
defend
into
nothing.
bro.
Can't score like that.
This team is always hurt, and they have no identity. You're right, Mike. They're like 28th and 26th in offense, 24th in defense, 11th in pace.
Brandon Ingram has his comments too. He's talking not indirectly to Zion. We got to get back on defense instead of worrying, crying about calls. Who could he talk about?
Hey, you know,
Herb Jones is not doing that. Dyson Daniels is not doing that. It's one dude.
it's funny because last year at the end of the season, CJ McCollum had a comment about Zion.
Yes, we all got to buy in.
Yeah, we all got to buy in, and we could play.
And now
like
he's not
Peter.
buying in.
He's not buying. He's trying to buy in though, Pierre. He's trying to buy in.
This team, a couple things. Number one, everybody who's played all of the games this year are.
Oh, Larry Nance is also injured now. I don't know if y'all saw that. He's out for a couple weeks.
Everybody who's played every game is not important. Important as these guys. Dyson Daniels has played every game. Valanciunas has played every game, and Jordan Hawkins has played every game.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to
McCollum.
Jay.
Shout out to Jayhawk.
And I like all of those guys, but they're
Yeah.
not the main guys. Zion missed time already. Ingram missed time already. Now,
I think Zion only missed time because he had the baby though. It's not
True, that's true. CJ. And now, what makes shit worse, right? Those are the main guys. Like he just said, now Nance out. Herb Jones missed time. I don't know the last time I've seen Jose Alvarado play
Yeah, Jose
fucking
Alvarado.
basketball.
He always
Trey
got denim
Murphy.
tears.
Trey
on.
Murphy
He's
been
always
out.
wearing denim tears.
He be fly as
He be
hell.
fly.
And then Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy be smiling hard on that bench.
He's part of the commentator crew. Every
yeah,
home
that's-
game, he's got a microphone on.
That is kind of crazy though.
You said Jose too, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time
I ain't seen Grand Theft Auto in a
the
long
last
time.
time I seen him
Was
was
that-
All-Star Media
I was about
Day.
to say at media,
All-Star
day.
When he was walking around asking questions,
Yeah, he was cool as hell, but that's probably the last time
He might have been hurt then too.
No, he
No, 'cause he
played in the rookie sophomore game.
That's
whatever
what
it's
he's saying.
called, and then that was it.
Oh,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
No,
And
Trey Murphy was also in the dunk contest. That's
he was
why
in dunk
on it.
contest.
Yeah.
He got injured in the offseason.
I don't know. I just don't. I really don't like watching the Pelicans play because I just don't like how their offense.
Why would you? They're on a 5-game losing streak. They're not top offensively.
Like
They're
when they
not top
first started, I just didn't like they spacing, man. Like first of all, it seems like Z needs the ball, or he's probably like they have two bigs on the block.
Shit! When they first started, I was a geek. They ain't gonna lie.
I seen Valanciunas.
I was excited.
I seen Valanciunas step out and hit a three. I was like, holy shit! If he could actually like low key do that consistently, maybe he could open things up for this floor. But on the deep,
That's just fool's gold.
Yeah,
he makes it occasionally.
when we say shit like that, we just lie to ourselves for no reason.
I
It's
think
like
it's
a girl
not,
with no ass.
I think they
saying
just
she has
need
a
they
fat
need a
ass.
different big and like he's not that big for them. He can get the rebounds too,
Who?
but Valanciunas.
I don't know what big is because that's
He would
my
have to
point.
get an ideal big, which is
But
not
that's the
always
point
just
that
out
I'm
there
saying.
just
When
to get.
bigs like him make threes
Mhm.
and they shooting them or whatever, how much is that going to be guarded?
It never will be.
Yeah, no.
If
It's
I am
not.
a coach, and that's the shot they're getting, I'm so excited.
The
about
only
it.
player you're guarding like that is fucking Porzingis.
Miles Turner.
Or
and even
Jokic.
Porzingis gets a ton of open looks.
Yeah,
It just don't make sense.
I be taking this 2-3.
Yeah.
It just don't make sense. So I don't know what's the ideal big.
Yeah.
It's always
It'll
gonna be
probably
tough
be
for him.
Cat.
man.
Mike Muscala,
Cat might be the ideal big.
It's Miles Turner.
Strictly just a mouse turn.
Miles
Turner.
Turner is not going nowhere.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
ideal.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's available.
Yeah. That's what I say. You just can't look out and find him. And Brandon Ingram kind of like I said, Brandon Ingram likes to post up, take those meetings, and work his
And
way
you made
into
that
it.
face at me yesterday. That's why I said Brandon Ingram.
Oh, we gonna get
Or
the
Shadow.
we gonna get the but it's just if everybody is having comments in the media, something ain't right.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? They're going to find a way to say it's Willie Green. And I'm not saying that he has nothing to do with it, but when shit like this is getting this bad, it's hard for me to believe that it's just a singular coach.
How can any team in the NBA win if like 6-7 of your top players are out?
Yeah.
It just don't make sense.
Could this be the next team to blow it up?
may be. No, they're not the next team. They could do it. The next
they
team
could
is
do
here.
it, and I don't see it's out of the realm because it's not like it's just this year. It's been the past several years.
I want to
That's
read
been going on.
some of the comments from the Pelicans subreddit because these are diehard Pelicans fans commenting about their team. And this quote, the first one, the most upvoted thing. Willie needs to get a fucking grip at his team before it implodes. These players don't need a nice guy coach who is their friend. Next one.
Can I ask you though, real quick? Was that like a post game loss, or was that like a?
This is strictly on the quote.
on
the Zion quote that I read.
It's funny. Fans are hilarious. That is us.
Reddit's got the most like
that's a-
overreactions. So that's why it's funny to look at it.
disrespect. That's one of the dumbest quotes I've heard in a minute. What does that mean?
It might get worse. Don't worry.
Okay.
You can't fuck up like this kid was doing tonight and start pointing fingers. You want the ball more than Brandon Ingram? Cool. But when he set, you were the main fucking reason the Mavs grew a lead at the end of the first quarter. You want to blame the scheme? Dog, you're the only one. You the only. Damn. Dog, you only have one move after 5 years in the league. He can't get the fuck out of this bullshit. That's another upvoted one. Red flags all over the place right now, especially Zion's shitty attitude.
Man.
Dark days in Nola's professional teams. The Saints also bad. I don't know. He's talking about all of New Orleans professional teams. So the
Saints are struggling.
Okay. I must be the idiot because I literally don't know what he means, which is kind of what I think because he is this. You know, you're touching the ball more than anybody on the team. You're the one making decisions at the end of the day. It's easy for you to say this when you take a backseat on rebound and defense and effort. Get a grip.
That's the one I agree with most right there.
Some of those just sound like frustration.
Mm-hmm.
The Willie Green one, the only thing I'll just remind fans is like this isn't college basketball. College basketball is where they can control everything. They can get in somebody's ass. You do have this is a political game where damn near almost every player on your team, besides a mid-level exception, is getting paid more than you. So therefore they're more valuable than you. The Pelicans organization is going to choose Brandon Ingram, Zion, and CJ before they choose Willie Green and any other coach that they bring in there, unless you're fucking Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
So it's like
or Eric Spo. Those are like the two safest coaches.
Yeah, you can't. They don't need a fucking friend and a nice
Or
guy.
Chris Finch.
You know what I'm saying? Like what?
And Mike Malone's got an extension making him the highest paying coach, which is crazy because Monty Williams broke their record like 3 months ago. And he's like, that's a lot of money. Did they release the number on Mike Malone?
No.
Nope.
I don't.
They just say he's number one.
She got to be 100 then, right?
100?
Money's was
100?
How much was Monty's? I thought it was like 90 something.
I have no idea.
He's right.
It was like 80 or 90 for Monty, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was like it was a bunch
You
of
thought it was something about 100 a year?
It's
No, I'm talking about KB 'cause he's like,
$87 million for 6 years, which is $13 million annually, which is not crazy.
It's just spread out.
Yeah, it's just not crazy. I want to know what the annual value for Mike Malone is.
Oh.
I'm pocket watching.
But yeah, fans, please remember, coaching in the NBA is not high school or college basketball. The players run this league. Collegiate, the coaches run it. So yeah, I agree. You don't have to kiss your players' ass, but you definitely can't be in that motherfucker talking about, hey, fuck y'all. Listen. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not how it was gonna work. This ain't 2K. You know what I'm saying? It is a hard job when you come in and guys are already solidified. You know what I'm saying? Zion has already been pampered and ushered to be this guy. Who is Willie Green to come in and be like, listen, Zion, I know they said you run this shit, you don't, I do. Listen. It's better when it's like Ime. Ime got in there right at the perfect time. Nobody has started him yet. Y'all still young, y'all ain't did shit yet.
I'm gonna implement my culture and all that. So yeah,
that's the type of coaching situation I would like to go into. Don't fire Steve Curry, and I got to come in here with
and fix it.
Draymond, Steph, Clay averaging 16 points, but he's still Clay Thompson. I'm supposed to tell him he got to take less shots. Hell no, no way. I'm supposed to tell Draymond to calm down. No, hell no. Y'all better bring Steve Kerr back in this motherfucker.
I can imagine being a new coach having to deal with Draymond.
You would tear your hair out, bro. It's gonna be too much.
And it's going to be frustrating because the thing about Draymond is he's an
new coaches got to get initiated.
He's a great basketball mind. Draymond is intelligent.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have to do all of that, bro. Hoop.
Does it? Yeah, does it add any value?
It used to when they needed to prove themselves because Steph Curry was the babyface assassin. These are the two light skinned backcourt shooting. They ain't got we here. Fuck with them. We on. But this part they need production more than anything because now you're talking. A lot of fans are even saying it on Twitter too, and I'm not trying to sound like them, but he put out a lot of checks that Steph got to cash because your talking just get Anthony Edwards pumped. You get Donovan Mitchell pumped, and you're not finna go bucket for bucket with these motherfuckers. And neither is you ain't stopping them either. So it's only firing this other team up, and every team is already ready to take the Warriors out without him talking shit because they've been the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is like Dylan Brooks. I can't wait to lock Brian up. Yeah, because he's 40.
There's no way he would have said that at 30.
They did the same thing with Kobe. When Kobe was older, everybody wanted to guard him. Y'all was ducking him in his prime, though. So what the fuck?
I think Dylan Brooks would have said it. He wouldn't have been successful, but he would at least said it.
I think LeBron would have embarrassed him so bad, he would just shut the fuck up.
Derrick Rose had motherfuckers that, Coach, I got a cold.
Derrick Rose at the Miami Heat.
Markel Fultz said that too.
What Markel Fultz do?
Markel Fultz said some people spooked.
Oh,
I know you're not talking about Zoe.
Yes,
I'm waiting to see if he was gonna pick up on it.
I know you're not.
His face didn't change at all.
I didn't think it was a Markel. I thought it was De'Aaron.
Oh, was it De'Aaron?
It's De'Aaron Fox.
I know you're not talking about Zoe.
Because I remember it started with Kentucky.
No, Markel had one too, though, didn't he?
When Markel played Zoe inside out in college. They were supposed to go at it, and Markel sat out.
No, I don't remember it like that.
I'm like, no, you ain't telling Markel because he the one that sat out. Go back and look that up.
I'm actually thinking of De'Aaron.
It is.
Yeah, I'm thinking of De'Aaron.
That was fun.
Now we just want to see
both of them on the court.
Huh?
We got De'Aaron back on the court.
We got De'Aaron on the court. He's great. But it's just,
he's talking about De'Aaron and Lonzo back in the court, but we got De'Aaron back.
We got De'Aaron.
I thought you meant like he got De'Aaron back. I was going to say De'Aaron got him back.
Let's talk about the 76ers at large. We got a random notification the other day about Kelly Oubre, which surprised the hell out of us. Hit by a car, broken ribs, injuries to his leg and his right hip. The vehicle hit him in the upper chest area with the driver's side mirror. And the person fled the scene, so they don't even know who did it and everything, and he will be out for a significant amount of time.
That person is going to jail soon.
They got to find him. Or
you know
her.
How many cameras is in? He's going to jail soon for a long time.
Either way, get well soon, Kelly Oubre.
Get well.
Silver lining of it all is that he was able to be released from the hospital within like 24 hours, which is not necessarily the case. Getting hit by a car is a thing that...
Yeah, Kyrie got hit by a car.
Kyrie did get hit by a car. He sure did.
Y'all didn't say anything about this cut on my face.
I seen it, but I thought it was like a spider bite.
Yeah, but you're an adult.
What happened?
My cat had scratched me.
Oh. Which one?
I have one cat.
What is happening? I'm trying to talk about Kelly Oubre getting hit by a car. And he said, wait a minute, focus on my injury.
That's not an injury.
It's a scratch.
Because I was going to wear a Band-Aid over it like I was never.
Nelly.
What? No, can we? What? How did we get derailed like that?
Because I don't know. I
was saddened by Kelly Oubre's injuries. This was very scary, traumatic. Nick Nurse said, and it just shows you the human side of the NBA.
Wait, I don't know if it's more traumatic than his scratch on his face.
I literally thought that was like a spider bite or some shit.
Did you? Why did you derail the Kelly Oubre?
Like
because I forgot about it this whole time. I keep forgetting about it, but I didn't even really notice I had it.
But is it even worth bringing up at all?
Because y'all didn't ask me about it, man. That's what I'm mad about.
I just feel like there are better spots in the show where you could have said it. That's
as if you were like, fuck Kelly Oubre.
Exactly.
Y'all didn't ask me about how I was feeling.
Because I was in the middle of saying that getting hit by a car, you normally don't get the opportunity to leave in 24 hours.
Yeah.
A broken rib and some hip and leg things are terrible. But in NBA media itself, you remember Taz Mellis from No Dunks, he got hit by a car 8 weeks ago. And he's just getting out of the hospital.
Yeah. And
just getting back to work. So I'm just saying that get well soon, Kelly Oubre. I'm happy it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up too, because like he was having such a great season.
Yeah.
And he took a bet on himself, went here, took a lower deal, and he was looking like he was about to really like step into that range of where
I
he was,
pray he don't come back and now he in a slump or something.
Yeah, I hope it don't derail him because he was having such a good year. He was in free agency for so long.
Yeah,
he finally got on the team. He's starting to prove himself.
They're rolling.
Yeah, they're rolling.
I like the. He's got that tough factor though. So I had like the good feeling about him coming back and everything. It's just super unfortunate.
It's just a matter of how, like they say, significant time. That could mean a lot of things. That could mean 2 months.
Everything you're supposed to do in that situation he was in. They didn't know if he could be effective for winning basketball. Major concerns about all of that. I get it. He said, "Cool, I'm gonna thug it out. I sit in free agency. I take my deal. I come in and I show y'all this is what I can do." Boom, boom, boom. That's exactly what every player that's in that situation should be looking at, saying that's what I could do. Even the players who were once superstars, that little tough spot of like, we don't know how valuable you are or where you can go. That's a scary spot to be in, especially for somebody who's not like 37.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you were just a guy featured on it. You were just averaging 20 and now you damn near don't know if you're going to get signed this year in the NBA. And I love when guys answer the call. I'm here. What?
Yeah.
You tweet.
And we ain't really seen no like. Obviously, he's playing behind like Tyrese and Joel respectively, but he's still getting 16 a game. He's still
Maxey
doing this
said,
thing.
"Hey, I just met him and I love him. I want him to get with him." So.
Yeah.
They were showing him real love on a bunch of love on the commentators were during the game and everything like that. But
The fans had signs. It was good. It was a good coming together moment.
Yeah.
They're 8-1 on the year, highest win percentage in all of basketball. They are 3rd on offense, 7th on defense. So one of the few teams top 10 in both.
Shout out to Tyrese Maxey.
50 ball.
50 to
Yeah.
him.
And luckily
ball.
for them too, with that James Harden trade, they have wings that can play some minutes. Nick Batum came in the first game and they was running screens for him to shoot
My
the
biggest
ball.
bone to pick with
Why
the
is he wearing that number?
Why is he
I don't know.
number 40?
I don't know.
Why are you wearing number 40? The only person who could do that is Harrison Barnes.
I would argue he shouldn't be doing it either, but it's a weird
Why are
number
you
to say.
wearing 40, Batum?
Now, no,
Now I'm saying why the fuck is Batum, man? That ugly ass number, man.
It was rumored that he wasn't even going to report. That he might just retire because he wanted to be on the West Coast with his family and stuff. I'm happy he did report.
Yeah.
Because he can be a very important part
Go
too.
back to 88.
I would take 88 over 40.
Same.
Well, bro,
Patrick Kane wore number 88.
Shout out to Patrick.
one thing I like about the Sixers team though is the pick and roll feels so different, bro, from last year. James Harden, I feel like when he's coming off the pick, it's usually I'm looking for Embiid or
so
whatever.
methodical and slow.
I'll throw a little pocket pass. He'll take the pull up. Tyrese is coming off 100 miles per hour, so you either got to step up or help or do something.
Also,
We out.
you hit the
He come off the screen with a purpose.
I don't know what you hit, but we out. Just bear with us,
stop?
ladies and gentlemen. Bear
Or
with us.
start. I can't see.
I think you hit one of the chords might have got unjingled or something. But let's talk through it. Now you just get an audio podcast for the time being.
But I was
How's
saying
life been going? Face
I love the pick and roll, bro. It's like it seems like it's 100% more effective.
Oh,
There
there we
we
go.
go.
We back, baby. Our apologies.
Don't do that no more.
He was falling asleep
No,
over there.
don't do that no more.
Anwar did have a lot of times he was nodding off
Come
in
on
the
for hours
studio.
over there. And swear he wasn't asleep. That's
Right,
the part
yeah.
that I like,
If you're going to be sleeping,
Y'all
you
thought I was asleep.
who the fuck you think you talking to?
He got jeweled on the side of his mouth.
I just seen you not know. Don't insult that. When you insult my intelligence, now I gotta get on your ass. But
How much do y'all trust the 76ers? Long term.
I trust them a lot. At first I was like, oh, then this is what they do, and they got to show. This is a different team. They're playing like a different team. So with that, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt that this is sustainable.
I agree.
Especially since Joel said there's no egos in the locker room. Like that team, the team just feels and just looks more fun and more enjoyable to watch. Tyrese Maxey just looks like an all-star caliber player.
He looks like all NBA.
Yeah, he's
killing.
He's making a conversation, being one of the best point guards in the East. Like he's being that good.
You see how quick that changed? Because we were talking 2 days ago or last episode, it's like, oh, it's Tyrese Halliburton.
It was one of the
No,
Tyrese's.
It's one of
I
the
think we
Tyrese's.
said Damian Lillard. Well,
We were just going off the
yeah.
first couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dame
He
is
was quick to
obviously.
bring that name back
Yeah,
up.
he said, "Wait a minute, it's Dame."
Jalen Brunson's still there.
Jalen Brunson's still having a good year, so it's going to be a very good point guard push for this All-Star break.
The crazy thing is, like in that game with Tyrese Maxey at 50, Tyrese Halliburton had 25 and 17, 0 turnovers or something like that.
They
Like
put
it
on
makes
the
no
show.
sense. It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Both
They play
of them
against each other tonight again, though,
Yes.
in season tournament shit. So I don't know if we get another 50 ball or 17 to 0 assist
Or
to
do
turnover
Tyrese-
ratio.
Underrated thing about the 50?
What? The
Three free throws.
Yeah, the 3 free throws. Yeah.
I actually wish he had more. If I'm being
You know
honest
what's
with
great? I think they're like one of the top, if not number one team in free throws, and they shoot like 85% from the line.
Well, it's
so.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid's gonna
Embiid's
get
gonna
his.
get a shit ton of free
I
throws.
think
To have 50 points and only that means you score 47 real points.
Yeah.
And
Buckets, too.
And I did a breakdown on stream yesterday. He could have easily had 60. He missed a lot of wide open. The ones he did miss, they were wide open. Two wide open threes, some layups that rammed out. He easily could have had 60.
I love the fact that he just plays so well off Joel Embiid. Like, he's such a more of a better fit than James Harden at that point of attack. Because, like, when he gives Joel the ball, he is such a threat off the ball that is, like, crazy, bro.
Yeah, you can't double that.
Yeah, and when they do double, they kick it out to him. If you close out
He
too
money,
fast,
bro. He money.
He going to either blow by you, get to the basket. He got the little float game, little flip shots around the rim. He got the step back. His bag is crazy. Tyrese Maxey has a lot that he could give you.
How crazy is his bag?
It's deep.
Ain't nobody happier than
And I
Tyrese
got
Maxey
it.
fan.
And I got it, nigga. Grocery bags.
What about you, Mike? How much do you trust this team?
I trust them a lot. Defensively, I like what they can do, and then offensively, I mean, starting off with Joel Embiid, still nobody can guard him. You know, I feel like his bag is so deep. Same thing kind of with Tyrese. It's just like he forces other defense to either double team him, or he's probably going to put one of them in foul trouble. And it's just like they already put so much. They're one of the aggressors in the league. I feel like with Joel Embiid and obviously Tyrese Maxey going 100 miles per hour and still being able to finish and be under control.
Yeah, I love Tobias Harris has also been playing very solid. It seems like he's also a guy that when he has a mismatch on him, he's taking him to the block, he's posting him up, playing bully ball, getting to his spots. Mm-hmm. And I think they need that. Sometimes you need to just get the easy, simple shit. And I think Tobias provides that.
Yeah, Nick Nurse has got this team looking completely different.
That's why I was confused on James Harden's comments about this when he said he wanted a coach that's going to allow him to do what he wants, like pretty much allow him to like beat the system.
So he was a big part from our reports in the Doc Rivers firing.
Yeah.
And they brought in Nick Nurse, not for James Harden, but based on that. So he would have probably got, this is the coach that he wanted, basically, based on his comments.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's working out either way. I mean, everybody that they've traded for, even Mook got minutes the other night for the first time.
And they don't really have no like crazy names off their bench, but they have people that they can like plug
it's
and play.
Production.
Yeah.
Yeah,
production.
like, you know what I'm saying? Rocco could come in and he's a versatile defender. Daniel House could come in, same kind of thing. He will shoot the ball.
They're going to miss Kelly Oubre, though. Real shit.
If the season ended today, would y'all give Nick Nurse Coach of the Year or Ime?
Ime Udoka.
Ime, after the win last night.
Yeah. It's a lot of good coaches in the league, man. Eric Spoelstra.
Who they played last night?
Was it 2 nights? It was 2 nights ago with the Nuggets. It was only a couple games yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff Green.
Jeff Green.
Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff.
I know they was not. That was the last person they was expecting to take off.
Quarter, yeah, I know they was not expecting.
You always do, boy.
He had to get that revenge game.
One of my favorite things about it all, Jabari Smith Jr. on the bench when Uncle Jeff is taking off in the fourth quarter. He on the bench like it don't matter that I'm not playing right now. I love that type of shit. I love when somebody is not playing in a certain amount of time in the game and they not tripping about it.
Don't say that because now they gonna act. They gonna pretend like they don't know that I'm mad. Let's get it. I'm pissed.
Yeah, he could have been bad, low key.
I'm pissed.
But when like these boys, Jabari Smith Jr. I mean, maybe less because he's super young, but like Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, been in the league for multiple years. They haven't experienced winning at all in their life, like as NBA life at least. It's like this shit matters, you know. It's
Remember
the first 2.5 weeks,
streak
but
last year.
True, like a 6-game streak.
It was
the Harrison,
this is
Garrison Matthews streak.
This is much more.
It could be. Remember how the
More
Suns
real.
went on that little bubble streak and it kind of changed the ties for them.
They
need a Chris Paul, yeah.
Oh, they got Fred though.
They got Fred. Fred is not shooting well. But he's a timely guy.
Yeah,
he had
he
some
have his
buckets, bro. That
moments.
1-3 off like the little wing. Come on,
have his
He's
moments.
a timely guy. No, Freddie is going to be in this class of guards that his efficiency doesn't matter. Because he's such a jump shot heavy dude that gets to the basket 0% of the time.
It has to be like that, yeah.
His efficiency, like, of course, you want everybody to be efficient. But I don't look at Freddie and be like, well, he only shooting this percentage from the field. That's not where his impact is. This team needed point guard play. He's averaging like 8.5 assists per game. He's closed out, I think, 2 of their wins. He almost single-handedly closed them out. It's like, this is the type of production you need. Tyrese is back. Our guy Tari hit 2 big threes against the Denver Nuggets late in that game.
Sengun is just playing amazing.
That one-legged jump shot, bro.
bro. I know Jokic. If I had to think about it, Jokic probably smacked his lips when he hit that shot.
Which one? The baseline one?
The one on the baseline when it was the
disgusting.
1 foot, because Jokic is probably like looking at a mirror right there. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He has such an unorthodox movement that it just looks weird.
I know he had a jump shot at the elbow, and it just looked like he took a free throw. Like he just sat there, he held his follow through, he didn't jump at all, and it was just like right in.
Money. Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect a team like defensively, they're like really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're one of the best in the league. You wouldn't expect that looking at this team.
And I like that on the other side, they kept picking on. They said, "MPJ, you out there? We gonna bring you in that pick and roll."
Yes,
Yeah.
they
And that
were
was a
really
big part
going
of
to
their
MPJ.
Yeah, that was a big part of their offense.
And
It's great coaching.
the Houston Rockets broadcast every time they told it. They got MPJ again. And they got MPJ again. They got him. I'm like, oh yeah, that's their thing. And
You better. You don't want to go with Aaron Gordon and KCP.
definitely true. Pick that man out.
Cool.
It is also just cool to see, Ime, who in his 1 year as the Boston Celtics head coach, we recognize like this guy's a really, really good coach.
Yeah.
And for that to travel to a whole different city with less talent, less talent than what the Boston Celtics
Much
put
less
together.
talent, actually.
Much less talent. And it carry. And I'm seeing Celtics fans like, if he only kept it in his pants,
Yeah.
we'll be champions right now. And
Yeah.
that might
Yeah,
be true.
You don't really know how that Warriors Celtics series go if Ime's there. So
Ime was there.
Oh, that wasn't Joe. No. Ime,
Missoula came the year after.
Yeah, that was a year after. That was last year.
But maybe they don't blow a 3-2 lead to the Miami Heat if Ime Udoka is there.
Well, no, Jason Tatum, what was that? His
Ime-
ankle?
Ime said,
Yeah.
He ain't stopping that.
Ime said he happy where he at.
Gave that boy a lot of money. I watched the video of the Thompson twins touring houses in their cities, Detroit and Texas
They was on
and
FaceTime?
Houston.
Yeah.
And goddamn, living in Texas, the prices are so low. He was looking at houses that would have been like $5
I
million.
said it a couple. I said that, I was like, I'm not that far away from moving to Texas and getting that big house.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. We might have to move the pod to
I
Texas.
think everybody know at least one person that moved to Texas and got their house.
It's crazy. The
I know
house,
at least
the
like
house was
4.
like $1.5 million. I'm like, that square footage, that's $4 million here in Illinois.
Yeah.
And it's like simple. Even in Detroit.
Yeah, because I paid 2.3 for my shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a 2-bedroom.
Who got a 2.3?
Let's talk about the Miami Heat. I don't know if y'all wanted to, but I wanted to.
They winning.
Yeah, they winning. Yeah.
5-game winning streak. They deserve to be talked about. Come
They were
on.
struggling at the
Bam
beginning. We really
out
weren't
of
giving them-
fucking bio.
Give him something. I don't know what award, but Bam has never made an All-NBA team. Is that
He's
crazy to think about?
He's playing like it this year, though.
100%.
Yeah, this-
If I had a ballot, he's my third team center, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no positions.
It's not.
Oh,
shit.
damn. I'm sorry, Bam. You might not make a game. You might not ever make an All-NBA
I gotta
team.
remember that.
But yeah, Bam Adebayo is carrying the load offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the game against them because I like the nights like yesterday was only 4 games
I
on.
love those.
I love
Because you
those
can
nights,
just
'cause you
focus.
watch it. Yeah.
You can focus and look up
It is
everything.
no pressure.
Exactly.
When it's
exactly.
8 games, like, man, I gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Then you were like, oh shit, I'm watching this game. I done got tied into a game.
That I didn't
When-
really care about.
Yes.
And then like tonight, 12 games late. Like, what are we
Pressure.
supposed to do?
Pressure.
The game against the Atlanta Hawks the other night, it was no other games. I'm like, bet we gonna tune into or whatever. It was Bam Adebayo, Hayward Highsmith, Jaime Jaquez, Kalo, and then I think Kevin Love is a starting lineup against the Atlanta Hawks, who are completely healthy. Dogged them.
Made some shots.
Shout out to
Dogged
Jaime
them.
Jaquez.
Jaime
Jaime
Jaquez.
Jaquez looked
Hey,
great.
I told before the season, I knew he was gonna be. I said he was the rookie for them,
Yep.
and he's showing it immediately.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see some Jovic though.
Yeah, we haven't seen much Nikola Jovic.
And that's sad because like Jamal Cain gets minutes and
yeah,
stuff. So it's like Jovic is probably just not good enough at the moment. I don't know.
yeah. He was 18 when he came in, so
He looked good in FIBA too. So I was like, oh
He
yeah,
looked
he gonna play
good.
some minutes. And
Really good.
yeah, put on some weight too.
I still have one major gripe though. Bam is still too unselfish. He was dogging this game against the Atlanta Hawks, and eventually he was like, Duncan, you want some points? Because I can help you get some points.
He's just all around. I think over the week he
Yeah.
averaged like 24, 15, and 5.
Yeah, he had the 2019 game and 10 assists. Because it was a 2020.
away the
They took an
rebound.
assist. They took a rebound away, just fucking things up.
Yeah.
But it's just been cool to see because we talk about Ime. We mentioned Nick Nurse. Eric Spoelstra's still the best coach in all of basketball, bar none.
Yeah.
Like he's in a league of his own, and you're seeing that night in and night out. Where a guy like Drew Smith, who I didn't know existed until like 2 years ago, can come in and give whether
Missouri
Smalls like it or
University.
not, he could come in and give you adequate minutes. And they find just ways to win basketball games. Jimmy Butler it's Jimmy Butler regular season, I guess. It's just not what he does.
Yeah. Against the Spurs, they came back from multiple double-digit leads.
Literally because they are a veteran team that knows how to win games.
Yep. Again, they made Keldon Johnson take like 7 heavily contested threes in the fourth quarter, like just really clamped up and had them go to the last second, and then bam, it was one play. I was listening to the Spurs broadcast on this one, and they were like, "We need to get the ball out of his hands because if he's within 6 feet, we have nothing we could do."
That's
like,
kind of crazy because they have Victor women.
Right. There's nothing we could do. And then I was listening to the Atlanta Hawks broadcast against the Miami Heat. Did y'all see the tweets I put up?
No.
The Atlanta Hawks broadcast were dogging.
Oh yeah, I
Duncan
did.
Robinson.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Dogging him.
Yeah.
Every time this man took a shot, Dominique Wilkins was like, "That's a bad shot." Anytime he was guarding, he actually played really good defense on one possession. They were like, "Come on, Duncan Robinson, that's not who you are. That's not what you do." And then one of the times he was tic-tac fouling, but they weren't calling like, blow the whistle. Duncan is not like I'm like, bro.
Why? First of all, why he on there with Duncan Robinson?
Somebody on Twitter showed like a screenshot of Duncan hit like 8 threes against them in the playoff game once upon a time.
Also, this is strictly just on Duncan Robinson. He doesn't
Only
do this every
Duncan Robinson.
Oh, I thought he did this every game.
He didn't do this to
I'm
Drew
about to
Smith
say.
where he took bad shots. He didn't do this to Hayward Height.
First
It
of
was
all,
only
Duncan Robinson is like a sharpshooter. He's gonna take bad shots because
That's
you
his role.
don't
That's
get
his
open
thing.
shots
Yeah.
usually as an elite shooter.
Yeah. And then I have all of the clips. It's like 8 of them. Like
Yeah.
it's like 8 clips, 8 different moments of him talking bad about Duncan. And then Duncan ended up having a really good game.
Yeah.
And then the game against the Spurs, he also had another good game.
So
So
move on Vic was still crazy.
yes,
There's
yes.
him faking like he's going out and spinning back baseline, and that it was so
Duncan
simple.
Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, whenever Duncan Robinson put you on a highlight reel, it's just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Because he don't really put the ball on the floor a lot. And when he do, and he put you on a highlight reel, be like, damn.
K-Lo was looked all right. All right, maybe
He-
not the money
he
that you
keeps
want
them
to spend,
steady.
but yeah,
He keeps them
he does
steady.
that.
Last year that deal?
Oh, that's a good question. I want to say yes, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think it is. Because I keep seeing in 2K. I be getting confused with him and Mike Conley, and because I think Mike Conley got 2 years. He got the 1
Mike
year.
Conley's on the last year of his deal. It's like 30 something. Because I've had him on my
24.
Yeah.
It is. One of them is no.
Play
it is,
2K,
it is
all
Kyle Lowry's
contracts.
last year. Because remember he took Kyle Lowry talking about this is last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was having
It's the last year. I'm gonna take the contract.
I think Kyle is 30 something. Right?
Yeah, Kyle Lowry's 30 something.
Sometimes we need to get you a mic for the fact checking stuff because that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. Kyle
he said
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Oh, he thought he was
said
talking about
K-Lo.
Kevin Love.
Yeah,
Oh.
they did say K-Lo.
I said
guess it
Kyle
could-
Lowry.
It could fit for both.
Shout out to K-Lo.
We got big K-Lo and little K-Lo.
I mean, I guess so. Kevin Love had another one of his monumental full court inbound passes the other night too, which is we love to see that. We love to see that. But that's all the Miami Heat talk you get until the playoffs.
Hey, they 6
Damn.
and 4. They
That's what they be
6 and 4,
thinking
man.
at least.
So I'm happy for them.
Wait till they add Alex Caruso. Whoo, that team gonna be crazy.
Alex Caruso on that team just don't.
Why the
that-
fuck, as a Bulls fan, why would you?
Boom. That's a segue to our next segment. I'm gonna name some NBA players that might end up getting traded.
But what would you want back from the Heat as a Bull fan?
They have 2 tradable first round picks, and I want both of them.
And Nikola Jovic.
You want to talk about the Clippers?
Yes, we can. It was on my
we got
notes.
to talk about the Clippers.
We can.
We got to.
To lose to the worst, basically the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Mike. Come on. This your segment.
Oh yeah.
This
Get in
was
your
a game
bag.
I thought they was going to win because honestly, as I've been watching them, they look bad, but you still have Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, Russell. Like you should be able to win games eventually, and for them to go out there and lose that game, and it felt like they were losing on turnovers. Really, it's gonna be times that you miss shots, but for them to have like 10 plus turnovers, and really from Russell and Paul George, you kind of give them you give the Grizzlies who already have a hard time struggling in the half court. You're giving them easy looks and giving them confidence. And then second of all, you just get out hustled, bro. David Roddy is part of a big reason why you lost that game. David Roddy because he's out hustled. Bismack Biyombo. It's just things that shouldn't happen to this team. There are. And it's ended up in losses. And it's like, I can't even put this on one person. It's a whole team effort.
Yeah, I don't know. The team.
Let him keep going.
You can keep going.
I want him to talk more.
It's a whole team effort thing. But that goes with time too. Time's got to kind of get the chemistry going with this team. Because like I said, when James Harden goes to the bench, I know the big thing been with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, the team is more engaged when Russell's running the show. So I like that a little bit more, but it's really just getting it figured out.
Effort for me is something that.
Can he finish?
Oh, keep going.
I was done.
No, I want you to keep going.
D-Mills, you can
I
go.
enjoy hearing you talk.
D-Mills, you can
I remember
go.
they did that to me with Aiden once.
What?
They told me to just keep
And they got
talking.
you saying some crazy shit, didn't they?
I just want to see how much Michael's going to just keep going. Like, yeah, man, I don't know,
Paul
Kawhi.
George did have 7 turnovers.
Bro, time out.
He did have 7
Don't
turnovers.
ever in your fucking life Snapchat be Paul George get his shot blocked.
Bro, because I ain't looking at it in real time, but I
He
looked
sent
at
it to you personally?
No, he
No,
said
it was
to
a similar group chat. Did you see it?
Man, he talking about James Harden. This the problem.
Because he did the same shit James Harden did. He turned down an open shot and then got his
the top
shot
of the
blocked.
key, yeah.
Oh, yeah, about Desmond Bain?
Getting
Yeah.
your shot blocked by
But
Desmond
dude,
Bain.
how you pump faking a dude with negative wingspan?
How was that wide open shot if you pump?
He had a wide open
It was
shot.
wide. It
wide
was
open.
wide. It was wide.
You got to get turned down a good shot for a great shot.
Yeah.
And Terrence Mann did the same thing, but he didn't get his shot blocked. He traveled. He went up and tried to just drop the ball on the floor to touch it again.
That's silly as shit.
They was getting Grizzly Clippers were on their way though.
Yeah.
They were though, because Paul George had a really big, what was it, third or fourth quarter where he was carrying them for a minute, and I was
James
thinking
Harden on the bench.
James Harden on the bench, and I was also the thing I noticed too. I was like, Kawhi Leonard just been sitting in the corner for like the past umpteen possessions, pretty much. And they're like late in game, they kind of needed him to hit those shots, and they just kind of missed. And I'm like, he ain't really had that rhythm, So it's a lot of mouths if you don't.
Are you done?
I am.
Kawhi Leonard's usage rate has gone down 6%.
There you go.
And Tyronn Lue said after game number 1, no, that's the one person you ain't got to worry about. Kawhi gonna get his.
He lied.
His possessions as a ball handler on a screen has been cut by 60% since James Harden has been there. So Kawhi Leonard has been given the touches or the opportunity, like when they were 3-2, right? 3-2 before James got into the lineup. They were rolling. They were top 5 offense. They were running. They were doing this. And Kawhi Leonard has now figured out that I guess I'm just an all-star caliber player, not a superstar caliber player now with this new acquisition.
I agree with Mike. Sat in the corner, too many possessions.
It feels like everybody's trying to reinvent themselves.
It is.
Like, what is happening? You've been in the league for 7 years, 10 years. Go play your game.
Only one that's not is Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook's doing what he has to do.
Like the
Paul
first-
George ain't really. He's
Yeah,
playing the same.
Well, he said
the
in his
first-
post-game interview, I got to be more of a role player. I got to be the glue guy.
He don't want to give him a chance against the
He
Grizzlies.
did.
Sure, he
Yeah.
did.
He
against the
did.
Grizzlies.
And he's the one
Those
who
2 previous games before that, though, he did struggle a little bit.
he's the one that don't have to conform as much because he can play with and without the basketball.
As long
the
as
best.
he's not doing what the hell he did on that play. If he
Yeah.
just catching and shooting, he can play with anybody and everybody. But when he starts to overthink the game, then it's like, oh,
I
shit.
did see some things that I like.
I did too.
It's just that they lost to the Grizzlies, so you don't hear that. But there were certain plays where like Kawhi was a screener for James Harden. They got a
Yep.
pick and pop.
I-
They didn't make
James
him make
Harden-
him, but that's a good little.
I think he should be more like obviously he not as quick to get to that rim
Not
all the
that you
time
want
and
Kawhi to
finish
be
him
a
like that. And the
straight
threes,
screener, but-
the three's been so iffy. I like him low key when he's like he comes off a pick, he's kind of biting up, he's using his strength, and he gets a little bit deeper in the paint. And he could he's been hitting those little step back mid ranges.
Mid-range, yeah.
He can
that
hit
was
those.
his first bucket as a Clipper.
Yeah.
He can hit those. So I would see him like go to that a little bit more, and he don't got to rely on
Yeah,
that.
they shot a lot of damn threes. A lot of guys went 1 for this, 1 for that, 1 for that.
Yeah.
When you 1 for 7 Harden, at 1 for 5, get a little closer, man.
He
Get
had
a
like,
little
like
closer.
2-3 buckets like that, like straight
Zubac
mid
is not
range.
ready for those Harden passes, though.
Yes.
That's another takeaway I had.
That,
Was
that
like,
connection is not there.
Zubac has like
It'll.
He has a ceiling. Like he's a really damn good center, but he's just not. First of all, he's not crazy defensively. I think we need like there's gonna be times where he's not on the floor closing out the games because
Yeah.
He
he's not
reminds
the
me
best
so
option.
much of Evan.
Of who?
I almost said the last name. Evan.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Oh.
And then
I'm,
two,
we
yeah.
said Evan. I'm like, Mobley?
He's not like punishing
After
people
last
down low,
episode,
bro.
right.
He's not punishing people down low to where it's the point where it's like he's a force down low.
Who does punish people down low?
Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Jokic.
Do you?
No, I don't have that luxury.
You forgot Giannis.
He be punched in, yeah.
He
Running
did-
dunk
he
man
did-
be
He
punched.
did that to the Bulls yesterday.
You watched the Bulls game?
I did have it on the TV.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
I had it on the TV as not. I watched it, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Tyronn Lue again said give them 10 games.
You
They're
know who
0
be
4.
doing anything at the center position
Who?
off the bench?
Diabite?
Mo fucking Wagner.
He does.
Mo Wagner good for
He
like
does.
3 20-point games a
He
month.
does. I be taking his 10. I take 10 points over. He be getting them every time.
Shits, bro. Yeah, I was watching him like, is this the best backup center in the league right now? He be doing his fucking Bobby Portis.
There's another lock right here too.
Other than Bobby, I guess.
There's another lock right here you don't probably look at. Zach Collins.
I don't bet.
Are you taking gambling advice from Michael Hurd?
No, I don't bet either.
Yeah, it wouldn't be smart. I haven't won in a long time.
That's what I'm saying. He also put together parlays as plus 20,000. Talking about, damn, I was 2 points off.
What he do?
Darrick is also there. You've turned into kind of a degenerate in your father era.
Right, that's milk for the baby. What the fuck is you doing?
That's the word Terrence be using, bro. He loves saying
but
that.
degenerate and gambling is like a real thing. If you gamble nightly, you're already kind of there. But when you gamble on stupid shit, like when Terrence took Zeke Najee's points, that is degenerate behavior. You putting $100 on Spencer Dinwiddie is degenerate behavior.
What did he take for him? What did he say?
Points 13 and a half.
But
My
here,
homie
it
Darnie
wasn't
just texted
$100,
me, right?
It wasn't
Darnie
$100
just
of my
put a
money.
bet in for the FIBA Champions League. These are two teams I cannot even.
Let me see. Can I
pronounce.
see? Can I see? Oh yeah, no, I ain't got that either.
And the emoji he put was he said IDK what's becoming of me. And
Wait, please let me see that one more time. Please let me see that one more time because I think that's what is he betting on? Hold on. Let me double check this right
Bro, that's
now.
some shit. He just opened up the app and was like, yeah, this is what I'm looking at
cannot
today.
say this word, bro.
That's some. I've been losing all week. I gotta give me one. I'm finna at least get my money back.
When is this game? When is this game, bro?
He sent that now.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
So it would have to be like,
I'm sorry.
it would
I
have to be down there
see
and be
this.
live for him to put it
Some
in.
of my homies is crazy. I've got texts where it's like they betted on some fucking cricket.
Bro, he is crazy. Cause he didn't take the money line. He didn't
He
take
took the negative, right?
he took the first person to score 25 points or 15 points.
Oh.
He said, I need my money now and I need it fast. I need to know if I'm making this money in 7 minutes or not.
And you know what's funny about this shit? This the better that I don't get. You ready?
It was $10.
He bet $11 to make 19. Maybe that's just the big play in me, but I gotta at least be making like $50. I'm not, bro. Do you remember what I told you? Trey Sean put a bet together with 25 cents.
Did he hear?
He had like 25 cents in his account and tried to put together some shit. I think it didn't hit, but I was like, what is that? If you're betting with 25 cents, stop it.
Don't put more money in.
Stop it.
That's your last 25.
I'm a live better because I get to see the pace of the game, the flow. My best night so far this season when we was live in Denver because I got to see what was going. Okay, yep. Okay, oh shit, they sent Brian out a little too much. Hold on, I ain't fucking with that.
Things about to get crazy for me because I just agreed to a deal with a betting company for my podcast. And it's not like normal read. Use code Kenny podcast for 10% off. It's like they want me to make picks and they're going to do like a boosted picks thing. Like, I don't know if y'all see that sometimes. Like Pat McAfee has his own boosted. They're doing that for me. And now I actually have to be a gambler. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have boosted picks on bad picks. So
I'm telling
It's
y'all,
just-
take Nick Claxton threes.
but we gonna make it work. Hey, we're going to college.
Yeah.
Say that much.
My thing was that I was doing a ladder. I essentially lost only $10. I didn't lose 100. People think they gonna think I lost.
All right, you can keep thinking that way if you want to.
I like to do like the
Right.
I do.
Because every 3 days you're losing $10 and you're losing a lot of money.
You lost $100.
I like to do
That
like
$100 was yours,
It was.
so you lost $100.
I'll be doing the daily pick'ems where you just go through the team.
Technically.
I just put like $1 or $2 on that because it's just random as hell.
When we have nights like tonight, I have Suzanne pick random teams, and she's hit once every season.
That's crazy, bro.
One time the payout was like $9.90, and that's back when we were living in Romeoville,
Oh.
and I let her
'Cause you
I let
gotta
her
find-
get 90% of that.
It's gonna be like 1 or 2 upsets that you got to kind of find.
You know
And
my
because
biggest
you don't
fear
watch
is?
ball, there's like she don't have to think about, ooh, is Evan Mobley playing tonight? Ooh, is Jared Allen gonna match up well
True.
against? She's just like,
But she also could pick the fucking Wizards to beat. the
yes, she has
Sixers.
done that before, and I don't be like, oh, you may want to hold your. Nope, you do you. It's basketball. Who knows
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
I'm probably. I'm gonna type pick them, and I'm gonna do the opposite.
Yeah, she'll probably have to pick them today, and we'll see if she win.
I just don't ever want to put $5 down to make 2,000 because then it's like if I put 50, that
Right. That's one of the things I always look at. Like when people had those big bets, $6 to
Yes.
600,000.
Nigga, if you want
Like,
cheap
damn,
and
if
you
just
put
10
25,
in, you just put 10 in. But yeah, I want Darrick to hit so hard that he do the thing that one guy on TikTok did, where he framed
house.
and bought a house and framed his ticket from that big ass win. But that's the problem with gambling, because that's not happening
Yeah,
often.
it happens.
It happens, then it goes viral, and then everybody's like, "That could be me."
And I was saying Twitter don't make it
How do we
no.
not know that shit is fake anyway? It could be a publicity to
Mm.
make us want to do it.
DraftKings is like, "Yeah, let's make this TikTok," and
Twitter don't make that shit no better because you see all the people that win with their bets, but nobody posting their losses.
Nobody
bro.
does.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
millions
just
of
like
people
betting
have
companies,
losses,
especially
but you see
betting
the couple
companies.
people that won.
Just like yesterday, I'm like, man, y'all got to start showing me y'all grades. It's report card time. All of our fans are scholars. They're all fucking just brilliant. Not that I think any of them are stupid, but they all just got A's. Like, fuck B's and C's. I only seen a couple people keep it real. Like, I got a couple C's. No, I'm all A's. Valedictorian. Honor Society. Like, bro, knock it off. No sense of lying to me. I can't do shit. I'm just trying to, hold you accountable, inspire you. But I can't take away your PS5.
it's time, y'all.
Let's get it.
I'm gonna give y'all some NBA players, and y'all tell me the likelihood of them getting traded, and also where you want to see them be. Okay, we're gonna start off with a team that should be the number one sellers. Everybody's talking about it. Brian Windhorst said that other teams are praying for this team downfall or monitoring the downfall of the Chicago Bulls. We see night in and night out this team is underperformed, and it is time for this regime to be over. So the first guy I'm gonna mention is DeMarvelous DeRozan. Comp 10, who wears the number 11 now. The king in the fourth quarter. Whatever other nicknames he got. Debo.
When I was looking at him and I was looking at the teams, I was just like, he's got to be one of the hardest
It's
people.
scary, right?
It's
Yeah.
scary, and it's like to a very, very lesser degree with like James Harden with assistant. Like DeMar DeRozan is kind of like an offensive system where he's a black hole, but he also. Do you see what I'm saying?
I know
Though,
what
like
you mean.
it takes a special team to just fit him in like a glove. He's not a plug and play player, so you would have to find the right team and also be willing to kind of pay that money. But he is off the contract though, so that's the biggest thing.
So who did you come up with?
It wasn't many teams, but I don't even want to say this out loud. But LA,
Yeah, let's go,
because
Mike.
they want the cap flexibility, and also it's just LA, so they gonna probably take
He
a
goes
chance. at him.
home. The Clippers tried to offer him a minimum, so he hate them already.
I don't even want to see it happen, but I feel like it might.
They tried to offer him a minimum.
Yeah. Or not a minimum, but like
I remember that story. Right,
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
how he got to
the
Bulls.
Clippers lowballed him. Yeah.
What you come up with, Derek?
I said the Miami Heat.
I thought about that, but him and Jimmy on opposite side of the floor.
It's just because
At this
they're a
point,
team
we're
that kind of can struggle to score sometimes. DeMar DeRozan is literally just a bucket.
They give a pick and Lowry.
and Tyler Hero. Yeah, no, I'm picking Lowry.
And Tyler Hero.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go to Fanspo and try to orchestrate these trades. All right, since you picked your favorite team, what would you be interested in giving up?
What's his contract again?
I think it's like 28 annually for the rest of the year. Let me help you out. Contracts to make that work would be like D'Angelo Russell and Rui, but you're not giving up both of those, I would assume. So it's like D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent.
What?
What happened? Oh, he tripping.
Instantly step at you dig. You know what
That'd
I
be
mean?
great.
I don't know. For this. I would have feel like it would be a back pocket trade. I don't think they would rush it, but I don't know.
What the hell does that mean?
That was.
It would be like a trade deadline type of thing. It wouldn't be like we're gonna make this move a month in.
I was trying to figure out what.
Mike, you are crazy. Back pocket trick.
You talk like an old ass man, bro.
I thought that was like a regular thing.
Maybe
Keep it in your back pocket.
You came up with that right now.
to make the contracts work, you need a combination of. I'm just gonna name the players. I'm not saying this. D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent. Those are the four. I know you're not giving up Austin Reeves. I'm just saying the people that fit contractually. You need two of those four players.
Oh, two of them.
Yeah. So which ones do you feel comfortable?
He obviously want to do Gabe Vincent.
Gabe
Gabe
Vincent has
Vincent and
to be-
Gabe Vincent is in there. Gabe
Okay.
Vincent is in there.
Gabe Vincent and Rui. Rui trying to do what DeMar gonna do.
That is true. But Rui is definitely better defensively. He's like our size. But we getting Vando back.
Y'all did have him guarding Jokic in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It didn't really work that well.
It worked well for one game. Well, one quarter.
It worked
I'm
well
sorry.
enough to give some hope.
Yeah.
Then for them to keep
So
trying.
you're saying Rui and Gabe Vincent. And then are we getting 2025? What pick are we getting? Because obviously we need a first round pick in this.
Y'all getting the later pick.
Yeah, it's getting a second rounder.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Try me.
2 second rounders.
All right. We're not taking on Gabe Vincent's contract for
Two
two
second
rounders. He got a
rounders.
3 year. Y'all pay him 3 years, $30 million for him not to play.
That's crazy. Thirsty.
Lost his touch. He lost his mojo.
Motherfucker want them names so bad.
All right. So you said Miami Heat, right, Derrick?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they would even be interested. He just does he fit Heat culture? Is he gonna look good in that jersey?
I would love them to go after him or Zach LaVine. I think both of them would be great fits.
Are you stepping on my toes as the host of the show?
No.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad.
Because I feel like you stepping on my toes as the host of the show.
He DTM. He do too much.
What about you, P? Who did you?
Memphis Grizzlies. Panic. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to throw some shit together real quick since Ja coming back.
What's the package?
$28 million.
I almost said some stupid.
What you finna say?
Nothing. Yeah. How do we get him there?
You the one on fans, bro.
Yeah.
Is it
the
Marcus
internet
Smart?
sucks.
Are y'all trading Marcus Smart?
No, they're not. They're not trading Marcus Smart for this. Because yeah, hell no. If they do, I mean, hell, here we go.
Would they trade him for Zach?
No, because I don't think that fits what they need.
Yeah, because then
No, they're Desmond Bain and Zach LaVine. No.
they're going to be basically your wings.
You do Vucevic and DeMar. Throw a pile on the money. I don't even think the Grizzlies got that much.
I'm trying to get there, but this internet is tripping. I have to get off the Wi-Fi. All right, okay. I'm finally here at their payroll. So Jaren's making 27. Marcus Smart is 28.5. Luke Kennard is about 25. Steven Adams is 13. Brandon Clark is 12.5. And Zaire Williams is 5.5. That's their entire payroll because Desmond Bain's contract doesn't kick in until next year.
You doing Kennard and Zaire?
Kennard and Zaire.
That show 3-point shooting.
You don't get there.
That Luke Kennard has been good for them 3-point shooting.
They don't get there unless you're
What's that
saying
fucking 13 points.
That fuck up they spacing, especially when Ja come back.
They'll figure it out.
here's the number one DeMar DeRozan trade on Fanspo right now. And I hate it for the opposing team. It is DeMar DeRozan going to the 76ers.
Absolutely not.
For Marcus Morris Sr., Furkan Korkmaz, Daniel House, and the lesser pick from 2020.
That would just be them chasing the name.
I don't hate it because it's the last year.
Yeah.
You just try some shit, cool. But at the same time, there's a move that the Sixers could make that don't have to be like, oh, he's on an expiring deal. If we're just trying some shit out, like they could reasonably go after OG Anunoby. They could reasonably, go after somebody that can stick with the team.
Yeah, the rest of these trades don't make a ton of sense.
He was the hardest guy for me, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, that fit is crazy, bro. It's a lot that it has to be the perfect situation.
How about
you
another
gotta be
Clippers
desperate.
trade? This also is highly
No,
voted.
no.
Norman Powell, Terrence Mann for DeMar DeRozan. Let's just add another
let's just add
random
another-
player.
That's hard.
Another random player
I
to the
like
Clippers.
that.
No.
I like that. Go all in. Ain't no half stepping.
There would be so many former All-Star appearances on that roster.
Just all the California dudes on one team. That's what this is. California, LA All-Star team. All right, let's get to Zach LaVine because he's probably the more interesting piece. He's more interested in DeMar
Sacramento
DeRozan.
Kings.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Sacramento Kings is the team. Okay. How we get there? Because I'm interested in him in Sacramento a little bit.
Kevin Herter
Ooh.
or Harrison Barnes.
Eh.
Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell.
And a first.
Well, Zach LaVine's contract is disgusting. I don't know if you recognize that he's getting paid $40 million annually. So that is the turnoff. He's making exactly $40 million. So if the Kings wanted to be
Harrison
interested
Barnes is
in
what,
Well, it would probably
18?
have to be
17,
Trey Lyles probably in this deal as well.
Yeah, well, his $8 million.
I'm going to read them all. 17 for Harrison Barnes, 15.5 for Kevin Herter, 9.5 for Malik Monk, 8.5 for Keegan Murray, and 8 for Trey Lyles. So if they want to get down with it, they got to
Let's do
package up a lot.
Kevin Herter and Harrison Barnes.
Kevin Herter, Harrison Barnes. It was a stinky trade for Zach LaVine. Let's see if the numbers
And
will
if
match.
it don't, then you throw in Trey Lyles.
The numbers match.
Okay.
What else do we get?
Probably like a first
What
round
does
or
draft
two.
capital look like? Fans will tell you that.
They have 13 tradable first round picks.
Oh, damn.
Starting out, they have nothing for 2024, but they do have 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30.
And they have,
You get one of those.
and they have the Hawks picks, right?
I No, not anymore. No, they gave up a pick to the Hawks for Kevin Huerter.
Oh yeah,
And that's the one that they don't have for this year. I don't like this for the Kings.
Why not?
What does their new starting lineup looks like? It's De'Aaron, it's Zach,
Keegan Murray.
The bonus, and then
Who's the fifth starter?
Oh, no, you just traded Harrison Barnes.
Are you sliding Malik Monk into the lineup? That feels like
Trey
too
Lyles
much.
starts.
I mean, that's they go to size for it. If Malik Monk was starting, I feel like you too small.
Yeah.
You really just gonna have to be up and down, up and
He's
down.
a 6-man anyway.
Yeah, I like him off the bench.
What about you? What did you come up with, Mike? What team?
I was looking around.
I got a second team.
Oh.
The Lakers.
It's possible they might end up with one of those.
They're gonna be
guys.
on the market of everybody.
One of the Bulls will end up on the Lakers. Maybe even Alex Caruso. Like one of the Bulls might end up on the Lakers.
I hope.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Lakers
can bring
and
AC
Kings.
back.
Okay, Lakers and Kings for Zach LaVine, man. He is the guy for them.
I got a better trade. I know I want to see him go.
I was looking for a team
I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead,
he's
Mike.
not coming to fucking New York.
that could probably like use some offense.
RJ Barrett. Now he obsessed with RJ Barrett.
The Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. They got a lot of tradable contracts.
Fuck no.
Why?
No. Cam Thomas needs a full year of this.
No, he's
Bring
coming
up-
to Chicago. Do the
Don't
same
let
thing.
nobody coming his way because I had some guys that I'm like, oh, DeMar DeRozan could have went to the Nets, but I was like, no. Let Cam Thomas do what he need to do.
If Cam Thomas came to Chicago, they gonna love him. The city gonna love him.
Why are we saying stupid shit?
Will you be a Bulls fan again?
I am a Bull. I want
No, you're
Oh.
not. No, you're not. If we have to keep
He
asking
flipped. He flipped like
They
a
gonna
light
love him.
switch.
They gonna love him like they love Nate
We're
Roberts.
gonna start calling him Sandal.
Yeah, New York is a good place for Zach LaVine, I believe. I'm surprised nobody brought him to the table.
Y'all really want Julius Randle that bad?
The trade is
Don't
it's-
say Quentin Grimes
it's
or RJ Barrett.
Star J. Barrett. Evan Fournier's been looking for a new home.
Oh yeah, Evan Fournier, Miles
Now
McBride.
you got now be intrigued when you said Evan Fournier.
He don't play. He got 17 million. 17 millionaire.
KB has bought into the Star J Bear. I heard him yesterday. He
Star
said, "I
J.
can't wait till RJ Bear the Bull."
Hey man, I cannot wait. And we want that Dallas first round pick for this year. That's the trade.
That trade will
Now
never
y'all
fucking
new
happen.
team look elite. It's Jalen Brunson, Zach LaVine. Josh Hart looked really good when RJ was out with his injury or his sickness yesterday.
No, we missed RJ.
Well, yeah, true. And then Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and you still got Emmanuel quickly off the bench, Dante DiVincenzo off the bench, Isaiah Hartenstein off the bench. That next team might win a playoff series
We
or two.
so up. We need a pick to take Zach. Fuck you talking about?
Well, why y'all up?
Because we the Knicks.
Y'all one place above us in the standings.
We got all that shit.
No, but RJ Barrett in Chicago is gonna be dope.
Why? So you look like Patrick Williams?
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming that Billy Donovan's had an extension. He's not going anywhere no matter what happens. No other Zach LaVine spots though.
No.
76ers nothing.
The Sixers wouldn't be. I wouldn't be mad at it.
His contract too long.
I don't like it.
If you absorb somebody, they have to have somebody that they can wash their hands with at the end of the year if it doesn't look good, and they can go and spend something. Because hypothetically speaking, you get OG Anunoby, we ain't really like it, or we'll see. Paul George into free agency. Oh shit, we're going after him. You don't want to get Zach LaVine and then like, oh shit, Kawhi and Paul George in free agency. Damn, we could have had them. Nah, hell no.
Yeah, because they do have a max spot opening up next summer. So
you don't want to use it on Zach.
no.
The one that's highly upvoted on Fanspo is him going to the Charlotte Hornets for Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward and Mr. G League himself, James Bouknight, and two first rounders.
I would do that. If I was the Bulls, I would do that.
I want Teo Maladone in his undershirt.
That big ass shirt.
He wearing a big ass shirt under his jersey.
That's so bogus.
LaMelo and Zach going crazy.
Sending him to Charlotte. That's
With Mark
crazy.
He
Bro,
like,
that
damn,
would
I just
be-
want to make the playoffs.
That would be a lick for Charlotte, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
They
so,
still
too.
gonna suck.
I like
First round,
that
I think
trade.
they still suck too.
They still suck. They definitely gonna be a
The
lot
two
more
first
fun.
rounders is where it get iffy for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't hear the two first rounders.
Yeah,
part.
no, you think we just get Gordon Hayward and James Bouknight who can't play?
If it was
Yeah.
one first round, it might be. But two,
They don't
Zach?
have any other way to get a talented
don't.
player like that.
That was what I was thinking about. Is for those Bulls players, it might be a team that's like we not gonna ever like get nobody like that or in that
LaMelo,
round.
Zach, Miller, Washington.
Bridges comes
Williams,
back after next
Bridges.
game.
And then what? Does Zach LaVine just request a trade next summer?
Hey, he hasn't done it yet.
I-
he
I
got
could-
that one card to
They
play.
gonna
I don't-
start.
I don't
they
really-
gonna, he gonna go there and turn that shit around, Darrick. They gonna
He could
start
turn
winning.
this shit around.
Yeah, because y'all don't have nobody as talented as LaMelo fucking Ball.
We have
Or
Lonzo.
Mark,
We
y'all
got
y'all don't have a
Nikola
big.
Vucevic.
Y'all don't have a big like Mark Williams.
I wish we did have a big like Mark Williams. Another highly upvoted one is the Toronto Raptors. I just don't see this as a possibility. But anyway,
I don't know because the Raptors. What that would mean is that the Raptors are like buying into what they got.
yeah. The next one,
Siakam and OG ain't going nowhere.
Alex Caruso. He's a guy that's
He can
I'm
fit them
excited
at.
to see get traded. Not that I love Alex Caruso, but I mean like
Y'all gonna
he's
like
the one with the
this.
value.
Man,
Y'all gonna like this one.
Uh huh.
oh, you want to go first?
Y'all gonna like this one. I'm saying you're gonna like this. He told me you want to go first. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Mm.
All right, talk to
I'm
me.
not mad at
We
that
interested. We
He only
interested.
make $9 million a
Only
year.
$9 million.
Mhm.
2-year contract, $18 million. That look fucking good. And I don't eat shit like that.
And what are we getting? Is my
Oh.
question.
You
I actually think I saved that and I was gonna make it.
y'all get Shake Milton.
Okay.
And y'all also
Get Troy Brown Jr. back.
Boom.
But also,
okay, what's our
Minnesota
capital?
doesn't have much draft capital.
They
traded
don't.
off
I don't-
Rudy.
I don't know which. So they have picks here, but I don't know which one of them are tradable because of the stipend rule.
Yeah.
I would like his fit there. Obviously,
Oh yeah.
they already have the best defense almost of all time at the moment.
For me, it was the Pacers. I thought the Pacers are a team that struggle with that point of attack defender.
Even with Bruce Brown, you don't think
Hey.
they overlap a little bit?
No. First of all, Caruso is a better defender.
Well, for sure. But I'm
Second of all, I feel like Bruce Brown, he's around 6'4". Alex Caruso around the same size, but Alex Caruso, he plays bigger than what he is.
For sure.
Like I seen him guard 1 through literally damn near 4, and it's like,
who you tell? I've been watching for 2 years here.
so no, the Pacers is top of my list because they might not get stops often, but if they could have one dude that they could depend on to maybe get a stop when they need it, it'd be kind of
So
cool.
who
for
are they
them.
trading away? Because they got Andrew Nimhard, they got TJ McConnell. Like they have a
I
lot
think-
of
I think
guards
they like-
rotation
yeah.
right now.
Uh,
How do you fit him into that? So you have to give up at least one of the guards that they have.
I think Nimhard is good, but I think Caruso will be upgrade.
I think they love Nimhard, bro.
They do
I
too.
do. I would love him too.
He be hooping for them.
The number one upvoted thing on Fanspo is Alex Caruso to the Atlanta Hawks for Patty Mills' contract, the Sacramento Kings first rounder that they owe, and in 2 seconds.
I like that.
It's not a bad
But
look.
It's not a bad place either.
I thought about them getting DeMar DeRozan too.
For
DeAndre Hunter.
Him in with Trey Young in space with DeMar as a kick out, I feel like this makes Trey Young easier to guard.
Trey Young gonna calm his ass down.
Oh,
That's what Trey Young gonna do.
the Sacramento Kings has one here.
That's not a bad one.
Davion Mitchell in the pick.
That's
Caruso-
legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just keep Davion Mitchell.
Really? What? I think Caruso's much better.
I'd much rather keep my pick for something that can bubble up bigger.
Oh,
There's gonna be something
yeah.
that can open up way bigger for the Kings than Caruso. He helps them, but
Yeah.
they can make a marginal trade. Like there's another name on this list that I got that they could get.
All right, that's enough Alex Caruso.
Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant is next on the list.
He could go to the Kings. I would if I'm the Kings and I can get him, I want him.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be mad at Jeremy Grant going to Philly. I think Philly would also be a nice fit. I mean,
I thought about Philly as well. Yeah,
I know he
but
has.
he got that solidified deal. I just
Yeah. It wouldn't. Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff here.
Because like Tobias is an expiring deal. He's enough money to where you can go. If there is a max player available that's disgruntled, you can use his contract to go get that cigar.
I'd rather try to keep him.
Who we talking?
Tobias.
All right,
And
76ers. Fanspo has one. Most upvoted one. It is Jeremy Grant and Malcolm Brogdon
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
my
in exchange for Mook, Batum, Covington, Korkmaz, the 2 first-round picks they got in that trade in 2 seconds.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit. Yeah, do that in a heartbeat. You
It
get Brogdon and
just
Grant?
it just eliminates you. You have to be
This is your team.
yes.
Yeah.
This is your team.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, Maxey and Brogdon
is
in the backcourt. You can have Toby and Jeremy starting together, and then Embiid. It's not bad. And your whole bench is gone though. The bench that's been
Yeah.
helping them out since the trade is completely decimated. So that's the bad part about it all. But that's interesting at least. Is that good enough value for your Trailblazers though? Because you're not getting back players that you really care about. It's about the 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, and you're not really getting anything that's like you could develop.
Yeah, it's all
yeah,
dudes.
it's
You
all
got
just-
enough.
just the
You got
picks. Yeah,
enough
just
to.
the
You got
picks,
enough
yeah.
to develop though.
Yeah.
You got
they're
Aiden.
fine.
You got Simons,
Sharp.
Scoot, Shaden Sharp, Tomani Kamara look.
Oh, yeah,
alright.
he's
Too many
looking
cameras.
really
And
good.
if I can get 2 first rounders for like a player that I necessarily really didn't want to sign. Like I had to sign in
They
the
forced
moment.
us. Yeah.
I'm happy to move
Yeah.
off that money, so I might be good to wash my hands with that.
The next one that they have on Fanspo, again, these are just everybody's. Never mind. This trade doesn't make sense anymore. Robert Williams was in it.
Oh,
It just don't really make sense to trade for a guy that's out for the rest of the season. But no other Jeremy Grant suitors. No, this is a big contract. This is a big
Yeah.
contract.
I had
for
the
sure.
Hawks for him too.
That one felt like a natural fit too.
That's the one I meant.
I think
I
the
meant
Hawks.
him with the Hawks, and I said DeRozan him for DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, Rosen with the whole sign kind of iffy.
I'm trying to
DeAndre
figure
Hunter
out,
would be nice with the Blazers.
Yeah, he would.
You would take that?
Yeah.
We'd
Because
have
he
to make
makes
that.
about $20 million.
Got to make. Let me see. So Jeremy's at 27, and then we're talking 20 million even for DeAndre Hunter. So it'll probably be DeAndre and Patty Mills for the
Yeah.
contract to fit, and then
that
some
Kings
capital.
first-round pick.
Yeah.
There we
You would
go.
take one first for him?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that maybe Trailblazer fans might not like that idea of that, but it's a long and expensive contract for Jeremy
Yeah,
Grant.
it is.
And he's hooping right now. We know he can hoop, but it's also one of the ones like Mike mentioned that maybe you necessarily didn't want to
What
give him
year
that
is
amount of money
Kings pick too?
this year.
Oh,
Lottery protected.
Okay.
I don't know what happens to it if it doesn't convey. I don't know if it turns to 2 seconds or it carries over. I don't know the protections are on it, but it's 2024.
Okay.
Lottery
Kings
protected.
will not have a lottery pick this year.
Yeah.
So it'll be off. And you have a lineup of Scoot, Simon, Sharp, Hunter, Aiden.
It's interesting. Could be fun. Next guy, Bojan Bogdanovic? Question mark is what the notes say. I put it in the notes with a question mark.
You gonna hate me? Like
I have LA down because we just can't. We're like one of the worst 3-point shooting teams.
Yeah, no, I think that's the perfect.
He'll
fit.
come to LA and shoot 30% all of a sudden.
I put Memphis too,
I wouldn't mind
Okay,
him in a
I
Knicks
don't mind. I
jersey.
don't mind that.
and I also put the Pelicans.
What you say?
Knicks jersey wouldn't be bad either.
Interesting. How do we make that 3-teamer so we get RJ? Because no, for real though, Zach LaVine, not a lot. One fan sent me a Zach LaVine trade and it got a decent amount of likes. It was Zach LaVine going to Detroit, but I'm like, why is a 2-18 buying right now?
Yeah.
You know, they need scoring, but it's just like that just don't make sense. But it's interesting. It was like Joe Harris.
I thought about them being buyers too for DeMar DeRozan. Like they just need something, man.
Yeah,
I know that it wouldn't be to change the trajectory, but they need those young players need to have some type of effort and fight. Like this
it was
is
Joe
bad,
Harris,
man.
Wiseman, and Ivy. No picks, straight up players. So you really like, oh, we'll buy in
You
on
don't-
Jaden
yeah.
Ivy or
But, yeah. You don't see trades happen often where it's just players.
player for player.
Yeah, there's usually some sort of draft capital involved.
Even
always.
fake ass first
Yeah,
rounders.
even like 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Isn't that what the Bucks traded for Jay Crowder?
Yes, they did. Get well soon, Jay Crowder, another injury across the
Yeah,
association.
out for 8 weeks.
The Lakers, I makes sense.
Could Bojan go to the Cavs?
What's going on with the Cavs, man?
Exactly. I wanted to talk about that. They're
Well,
not.
Darius Garland's having a very down
His assist to
shooting year.
turnover ratio is
Yeah.
crazy.
And
Crazy
he's,
too.
everything's down. He's shooting like 20-some% from 3. He's averaging 17 points, which is normally usually over 20 points per game.
We always have these teams we got to be weary of not having the same type of years or taking a step back. They were not a team that I ever expected.
You talking about the Cavs?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, who they played the Kings. They didn't have nobody to stay in front of De'Aaron Fox, and not too many people that can. But like he was walking to the rim, you know. So they kind of used Isaac Okoro in that type of situation. Max Strus had a pretty decent like shooting game,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like it always still relies on their big stars. Like if they're not having their absolute like Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland.
It's
Donovan
pretty
Mitchell
much-
started off
yeah.
slow last night.
It's
You know,
pretty
and
much
that,
a Donovan Mitchell show.
he started off like 0 for 8. And it's like you can't really start like that when the offense is kind of dependent on you and it's just basically only you.
Yeah, because like offensively, it's just pretty much Donovan Mitchell has to create shots for others, and he has to get his own.
And what's
Garland-
that? Hold on.
They pretty much were
what's the
doubling him.
Cavs
They started
defense?
doubling him all
What
game
is the
because
Cavs
nobody else was
defense?
doing anything.
Because I feel like they are not defending the same way.
I got you, baby. I give you these exact stats.
I feel like they have their moments, but people be going to Evan Mobley and people be going to Jared Allen.
Yeah, I looked at Evan Mobley's like percentage at the rim. He's still an elite like defensive player as far as like preventing people from scoring. The Cavaliers at this moment in time have the 23rd ranked defense.
Yeah,
They also did miss Jared Allen for a good part of the slug. Like they have had a lot of injuries so far. Even Darius Garland coming back, you know, he ended up missing like 3 to 4 games during the season. So that's why I'm chilling at the moment. But that's something I'm monitoring, though.
Yeah, facts.
I'll give it another week or two, but that's something I'm definitely monitoring. Because they had a really good win against the Warriors, but maybe we realized that the Warriors is not as good as we thought. So I don't know. Alec Burks.
That's a lot of teams that could use just like
He is shooting like crazy right now.
And he's only like 10 mil.
Yeah.
I think around that. So it's
You ain't got to give me an exact trade, but what team would you like to see Alec Burks on?
The Hawks, he could be a nice little bench piece off the Hawks.
I like him
the
for
Miami
the Hawks.
Heat
I
off
like
their
them for the
bench is off their bench as well.
Yep.
Minnesota coming off of their bench would be great.
Just having somebody that can score.
Sure.
He come in and immediately make an impact.
Los Angeles. Just swap him for Gabe Vincent.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I would literally do that.
Pistons would never
Hey,
do
I ain't gonna lie. Alec Burks is one of those type of players that I would expect him like, you know how they be saying like you play with in LA or with LeBron, your 3-point percentage go like he's a dude that's like always been a bucket. So I'd be confident him like staying kind of consistent.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. You'll see.
The LA effect real.
The LA effect. The next one I have is Kyle Kuzma.
Mavericks for the Burks too.
I put Kings.
For Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
That was rumored during the offseason.
Oh, that just give me that just give me a handshake or something.
This guy.
But yeah, I love Kuzma, bro. He's been balling, and like he's that type, especially because we seen when De'Aaron Fox is out. He's probably not like I can't expect a player to play all the whole season. But I know they want to be consistent when he is out or whenever he does miss a game. And Kuzma's that type of player where he can play it with the ball, without the ball. Like he's cool being the second option for the night.
Indiana.
Like he's got a lot to his bag, and they like a lot he could bring to a team.
Just more scoring, less
more
defense.
scoring, less defense.
Play a certain way. Get it done.
I don't know if they can, but a team like the Cavs would also be interesting. Put them at the 3, and that way at least there's some sort of scoring punch there.
What is annually? What is the contract that he's under?
Is it 27, 28?
Yeah,
25 and a half.
25.
25 and a half. Let me see what the good old people at Fanspo are thinking with a Kyle Kuzma trade. Do we feel comfortable that he is going to get traded?
No.
No.
It seems like this is him.
I mean, yeah, like it's just what are you gaining? I mean, you might get some young talent, but it's like you're already looking really bad again this year, and it's just like he's pretty damn solid.
They're looking terrible.
I feel like he's been one of the bright spots this year.
Oh no, he's fine, but like the rest of the team is just
Yeah,
this is not winning.
These trades for Kuzma aren't very interesting. It's like him getting to the Grizzlies for the 2 injured players, Steven Adams and
what's the draft
Brandon
capital
Clark,
look like?
2 first-rounders.
Okay.
Damn, Kuzma getting you 2 first-round
That's
picks.
what I'm saying. It's
He
not.
should,
I
bro.
don't think he should.
He should.
Not 2 real first-rounders at least. They got a Mavericks one in here, but that's them giving up Tim Hardaway Jr. But they could do like a Rashawn Holmes and Maxi Kleber's in and out right now. I don't know.
If like that's what I mean. Like if the Mavericks had a chance to get Kuzma for that, they should throw in 2 first round. Rashawn Holmes and fucking.
I was about to say, like, are you happy? You got to see what the draft capital is, but are you happy with that if you're the Wizards?
Because there's some teams where you don't want to give up. You rather give up picks than the players.
You're right. Yeah,
Those picks
100%.
aren't really valuable
Yeah.
to you. Like
If
the
the
Mavericks, it's not. It ain't
Exactly.
Shit
If they could give up players that they're not playing anyway, and it'd be solely based off of matching money and giving y'all picks, I'll give up 2 picks. Yeah. Kyle Kuzma, floor spacing with Kyrie and Luka. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Those are the ones I brought to the table, and then of course y'all in the group chat mentioned some other names. One of them being Pascal Siakam. The reason I didn't add Pascal,
I didn't bring that up. Say who brought shit up. Who brought up Pascal Siakam?
you did.
You did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did.
I'm sorry. There was one that somebody brought up, and I was like,
You talking about Cat?
"Cat."
Don't spoil the show.
They gonna find out.
Pascal Siakam.
Pascal Siakam. The reason I didn't have him because I thought that they were looking alright.
Yeah, no, they don't.
He could be moved, bro.
No, yeah,
he
for
could
sure,
definitely
for sure.
be moved. Like
Exactly.
he ain't nothing like
That
he
was
need to
funny.
stay here.
Say who said? I didn't say that. Say who said. I did say Pascal Siakam, and I said one more. But Pascal, just because you see the steps Scotty Barnes taking, and it kind of feels inevitable because the team is just aight. It ain't like the team is gonna be super, super crazy. So, let's get the inevitable out the way, shift the tides into the Scotty Barnes era, and take advantage of flipping Pascal Siakam. Because I think the worst mistake that they can make is convincing themselves to keep him and resign him, and then it's kind of like,
Or you just lose them.
or lose them for free.
Do I have spots?
For Pascal, I really don't have one. I mean,
Philadelphia.
Philly would be nice. I feel like any of the contending teams. I don't want to see him go to any of the other teams. Like
Philadelphia,
Miami, Atlanta,
Memphis.
Even Sacramento. Sacramento will be interesting.
Sacramento, yes.
Did we say like bring up the Bucks?
Golden
I feel
Golden
like the Bucks
State.
need to trade.
Golden State.
Can the Bucks make a
But
trade?
I feel like they need a trade, but I don't know what they have really to give up at this
They
point.
don't.
They don't got nothing.
They have nothing of value unless you're trading Dame or Giannis.
Yeah, they didn't they trade already. They got to just chill and make it work at the moment.
They need Chris Middleton to get out that minutes restriction.
Seriously though,
Bro, 20 minutes a game is crazy.
there's some teams that Pascal Siakam, there's some teams out here. Some interesting
Detroit, go
teams.
for it.
Oh man, that would be just like them to trade for him and him just walk in free agency this year.
That would be because there's no way he's resigning with Detroit.
Let's see. How do we make this Miami Heat one happen?
I actually wouldn't be mad at him in Dallas. Don't really know.
Duncan Robinson and what else?
Pascal's at 37.5.
Duncan's at
Kyle Lowry's at 30, so that gets you
Oh.
close to there.
Why would the Raptors? Oh, I never
They
mind.
want Kalo
Never
back.
mind.
They
Never
want
mind.
Kalo
Kyle
back.
Lowry, boy.
I called myself.
Then you maybe give up Jovic. Because why not? At this point, if he's not playing anyway. But if I'm the Raptors, I'm like, okay, how many picks you got? Because we don't need multiple of those things. Because we love Kyle Lowry, but Dennis Schroeder's hooping. Kyle Lowry might be coming off the bench. Greatest Raptor of all time, but not in this scenario. OG Anunoby, his teammate, also brought up by Pierre.
Philly would be the ideal place for me.
All right.
Or either Indiana. I think Indiana would be a great place for as well.
Don't let Pacers fans not hear you say Indiana.
I just think the Pacers just to be on the market for any great point of attack defender.
I was thinking Memphis. And I feel like Memphis is like, they need something to try to keep them afloat or at least try to bring them
They
back.
need that wing for when Ja
They
come
need
back.
something.
No, Memphis would be great. OG kind of just fits a lot of places.
He's one
Sacramento
of the
wouldn't
3
be
and
bad.
D's.
Sacramento wouldn't be bad either.
It wouldn't.
If you're the Pacers, how much are you willing to give up for OG Anunoby? Are you worried about, of course, him not being under contract after the season?
I think there probably would have to be some sort of verbal agreement on an extension.
Right, as before the trade gets pulled off?
Yeah.
Because they can make the money match easily. Daniel
But
Tyson and TJ McConnell, that's just the money. You ain't got to worry about young pieces right now or draft capital. Just strictly making the money match. You have 2 players on your roster that don't even really play to make it happen. Now, if you're the Raptors, who are you asking for? Buddy Hield. Jarris Walker.
Oh.
Jarris.
Are they? I
Because
mean,
how do you find minutes for all of those guys? If you got OG, Jarris doesn't even play
I
unless
was
he's
going to say,
starting.
Jarris barely even get in.
He should start playing because
Oh, just because
I
he's
thought
just
you
sorry.
were about to say he should start.
he should start playing. Obi Toppin been cool.
He been cool.
Yeah, he been from my what I
MIP,
thought he was going to do. He's
Lost
been
the
very underwhelming.
expectations.
He still fits, but it's just like you got to have Tyrese Halliburton running that show.
This is one that Pierre brought to the table that was surprised. I even put the one emoji.
This the one.
Brandon Ingram. Why are y'all on the edges acting like we didn't talk about this in the chat?
All
Did y'all not
signs,
prepare for
was
these?
just kind of a hard.
all signs lead to this. Okay, 5-game losing streak. There hasn't been consistency in this franchise for over the last few years. Constantly injured. He has 2 years left on his deal. This current one that we're in, and then next year. That's when this chatter starts talking because when they're in the last year of that deal, players get to thinking about where they're going to go. Teams want to lowball you. This is the year where you can get as much as you can for Brandon Ingram. And they definitely need some change in that team. That goes without being said. Something has to change. They cannot keep bringing this team back. And this ain't the fucking Clippers. At least the Clippers is like, man, when we see some type of light at the end of the tunnel, we ain't seen that with the Pelicans, really. The last time we saw that is when they played with the Suns in the first round and Brandon Ingram was making Mikal Bridges look like an average defender. And then it's like, man, when Zion come to that team, but
So the question is with a Brandon Ingram trade. Usually when you're trading away a talent like Brandon Ingram, it's for a reset, retool, whatever. When you already have Z on the roster, are you suggesting they break it all down? Because it's going to be
what's
hard
breaking it all down. Trading him too.
trading him as well.
No,
Because it's going to be hard to
I think
trade
you're committing
Brandon.
to one. I think you're committing to one
Okay.
in that type of scenario.
Yeah.
So what type of trade are you looking? You're not looking for young players to draft capital. Then you're looking for players that can come in and help
I'm
Zion.
looking for a bunch of different things. Number one, I'm secure because I know that a player who is going to replace Brandon Ingram, fits Zion, which is Trey Murphy III. I have him coming back. That gives me confidence. I'm then looking for who can play. Can I find a center?
Yeah.
Can I find a legitimate point guard? CJ McCollum is doing his thing there, but he's not a point guard. Because you have Herb Jones. So theoretically, you have Herb Jones as a wing stopper.
Mm-hmm.
You have Trey Murphy who can score and complement Zion. You have Zion itself. Your two main holes right now, if you were moving on from Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, would be a true point guard who could fit, and then a center who could fit next to Zion.
And what teams already giving you?
I don't know.
Both.
Just saying.
But yeah, I mean, one team I thought would be interesting. I know it's kind of like not ideal, but I think,
You may
I
be
think
on
the Spurs. The Spurs might be a good fit for Brandon Ingram personally. I don't think they really have the package to quite fulfill everything that the Pelicans will want.
Mm-hmm.
But I think putting BI in that situation where he's playing with like a nice young talented team, I think he could be a good playmaker and like a very good closer for them down the stretch.
This
Yeah,
is
I got the
all
DeMar stuff.
hypothetical too.
When
if
DeMar
they
was a
continue
Spur.
to play this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
I'm looking at things.
the Hawks are only 5-4.
Yep.
If something really went crazy, could you do a DeJounte Brandon Ingram flip?
The Trey Young Brandon Ingram fit makes more sense to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he said because you would flip him, flip
for
DeJounte.
Brandon Ingram.
No, I meant flipping Trey Young for Brandon Ingram.
Oh,
Either way, or I think the Hawks are going. If it don't work out, they're gonna pick one of them guards because this is like one of the. It's fine. You're cool with just one of them running the offense, bro. Two is like an experiment, and it hasn't worked out ideally. So going back to where like a traditional where you have Trey Young or DeJounte run that point, and you have scores around them, it might kind of like get them back on their regular track. But I like DeJounte. I like DeJounte leading that charge. I ain't gonna lie.
It's hard to find though. It's definitely one of the harder ones to do. That's why I'm looking at teams and trying to piece things together. Because
What's his contract right now? It's like
right now,
30
Brandon
something?
Ingram is making $33.8 million annually for 2 years. I don't know if there's an option on that second year. It still makes no sense. He's only 26.
Yeah.
How is he only 26? How is he only 26?
He's a Slim Reaper. Baby Slim Reaper.
Okay, I'm good. Because, I mean, it's
You see that? You see that when
no option on it. Okay.
but if you kept him and you wanted to trade Zion, what that look like?
What the Zion trade look like? The Zion trade is a lot easier, I think.
Yeah, because I think it's not that demand as much for getting like the center that's going to fit next to Zion. You're looking for a center that's going to do the dirty work, get the rebound.
Zion goes to Indiana. Fuck it. Let's
That was the first team that
let's get this shit cracking.
It's like, how do you do it?
That's Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire 2.0. You have the center Miles Turner there. Let's talk.
This whole time we were trying to get Miles to the Pelicans, but now we just get Zion to Miles.
Come on.
No, I just
Jarris Walker.
okay. There we go.
There's your Jarris Walker minutes.
That sound OC.
You ask for Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
You want Benedict Mathurin.
You ask for Jarris
Andrew
Walker. You can ask for Nimhard if you want to.
His money too low.
And then you throw in the TJ McConnell, Daniel Tice thing. But it's just a lot. That's a lot.
I
It's
love
already a
lot.
It's already a lot.
Come on.
It's already a ton.
Well, two of those players I think are very expendable. TJ McConnell and Daniel Tice. Though you could throw those in.
Hey, we got the money to match with Daniel Tice, TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nimhart.
Yeah.
It's not enough for Zion Williamson.
No,
What are we
those
doing?
are just the players.
No.
Jarris Walker
those
in here.
players are not enough.
Jarris Walker's in here too.
KB, they don't fucking they don't want no damn Daniel Tice.
But they have to because of the money.
Well, how much money he make?
He's making right now. I have to trade again. Try trade. Right now, Daniel Tice is making $9.1 million.
How much does Buddy Hield make?
Buddy Hield is making $17 million.
We want Buddy Hield.
But if you the Pelicans, you want because you're already giving up Benedict Mathurin.
If you're the Pacers, you want Buddy Hield.
You want to keep Buddy.
Okay.
Buddy's back a starter.
Let me see this.
Space to
Can I
flow.
see they players.
You just adjust trade at the bottom. You can
Just
see
trade.
that. You can see the whole roster.
So
You just have to say, hey, here's 5 first-round picks because we got them.
why does Obi Toppin have 1 year on this deal?
He didn't sign an extension, did he?
He got traded.
Yeah.
Yes.
They threw like a second rounder. Was there
Yeah.
like 2 second
Oh,
rounders?
duh, my dumb ass. Why did he sign that? Right. He got traded.
Yeah, he got traded for nothing. He basically got traded for nothing.
Yes, for nothing. Exactly. Literally for nothing.
Yeah. So they just don't have enough talent. It's just like, we got the picks for you. We Indiana.
I want Obi Toppin. I want Benedict Mathurin. I want Obi Toppin.
He could just play Zion Light.
Oh, never mind. I got Jarris Walker. I want Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker. I want Andrew Nimhard. So I guess you did get the trade right. I want those
and
young
give me the
guys
picks
and the money. Yep, and then picks. And then they would have Tyrese Halliburton,
Buddy
Hill, Bruce Brown, Zion, Miles Turner, and off your bench you still
They
got
still
Obi
not
Toppin,
defending shit.
Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and the Pelicans probably could throw a player in here. You can't take 5 players and give one back.
Yeah, take Kira Lewis Jr. here.
You still got Jordan. You got Jordan Hawkins, Benedict Mathurin, T.J. McConnell, Andrew Nimhard, Jarris Walker, Brandon Ingram. Herb
You do
Jones,
all that
Trey
shit. It say
Murphy.
Brandon Ingram out for the rest of the season.
All of this is if I'm trading Z, I'm breaking it all down.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know?
That all of those names just made me realize I got to trade Brandon Ingram too.
Yeah. Trade CJ. Trade it
Yeah.
all.
Well, I'm finna do me
everything.
a Pelicans rebuild on 2K.
Break it all down.
Y'all can have everybody.
The last one we had
Let's get it started in here.
is what Darrick brought to the table. Karl Anthony Towns.
I'm a believer of this. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. And they're striving. So
They are playing good right now. But I was just looking at the fact that this is a very expensive team. And
It's inevitable. They're gonna have to make a decision between.
that's why I would let the
They-
season play out.
they kind of have 4 max contracts on their roster.
Yep.
They got to make something happen. And
If
I
I
feel
make
like
this
there's one
move-
guy that has to be moved. Is Cat.
End of the year though. We have to let the year
You
play
got to
out.
let the year play out. Yeah.
Because you're going to trade him and you're going to have to bring in something to replace him and get them into the hell now. We'll wait till the end of the year, see how this plays out, and then we can implement what we want to implement throughout the course of an offseason, training camp, and all of that. You don't have this hot of a start, and now you want to trade a motherfucker that you could have traded, by the way.
The number one most upvoted trade on Fanspo right now for the last week,
For Cat.
just in general.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Evan.
A birthday.
Your boy
Evan.
Zach York told me to hit you with the birthday. Shout out
Nikola Vucevic
to the Memphis.
for Steven Adams, Kenny Lofton, and a pick.
Vucevic next to Jaren Jackson actually doesn't sound terrible.
Right? Feels
It
like a
don't.
solid
It
fit.
don't. Somebody clean up the glass for you. Stretch the
Oh
floor.
yeah, that's perfect. Vucevic had a great game last night.
Send it to Adam Silver right now.
Y'all could be cooling with Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton go find Uncle Remus and go crazy.
Oh man.
Don't tell him about Portillo.
Boy, he gonna have a field day. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's like one of the ones like, okay, we wash our hands. You know,
Yeah.
we wash our
And
hands.
luckily
Vooch
for the
been nice for
Grizzlies-
y'all.
He's been
Yeah.
himself. Nah, he hasn't.
Seen him last night? 26 and what, 12?
He closed
Something
out
like
that.
that.
The only stat that matter
hit them big threes against the
The
Pistons.
L?
is the loss. Yeah. You hear what you said?
The Pistons.
Oh, okay, I'm
One
glad.
of the worst. Hey, teams that can beat the teams they're supposed to beat. You gotta
That's why the
respect
Bulls
that.
were the number 1 seed.
People was talking down on me because my Lakers. They talking about the Lakers. They beating the G League Blazers. A win is a win.
Yeah, I mean, whatever gets you feeling okay. All of these trades are Bulls related because everybody's building Bulls trades because they're gonna be the ones.
Does it
selling.
make you happy?
No, because we don't know if the Bulls will do it. You know,
Oh.
like we can anticipate anything, but if this organization don't want to make trades, they're just not gonna do it.
They've said though that this is like the last go around though.
But what does that mean? Does that mean do we give it a full season or do we do
Or
it
the
in
way to
February?
trade, yeah.
That's the
'Cause
question.
Essentially, you're setting up to, if you
Y'all
don't do
pulling out some of these games is kind of bad for y'all, bro.
DeMar has
Who
to
are you telling?
Cause I be thinking, bro, I be looking back at the Bulls score and I be like, damn, they pulling this shit out, and I was like, it don't look too bad.
DeMar has to be traded by February. Or
It gets
now
like
you just
fool's
inevitably
gold.
just said,
Or
we're
you
gonna
just
let him
gonna
walk.
or extend them?
Yeah, or extend them, which I hope they don't do.
Yeah,
That's financially. That's
I'm not
just
even a
not
Bulls
smart
fan.
for
I
the
want to
team.
do that.
They're 7-4.
Right? Like,
Oh, 4-7. Sorry, 7-4. We be feeling really good.
Yeah, they would definitely be talking that extension.
Yeah. They're 4-7.
that would just be fool's gold. And organizations cannot be this stupid.
Oh man, the worst part. I fucking hate the rebuild stage, man. I
I
was
to
gonna
see
do.
Pat Will with the free range.
I'm okay. I was gonna do a video of going over every failed rebuild in recent history, because the Bulls just failed theirs. We lost for 5 straight years, drafted Wendell Carter, Larry Marketing, got Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, and none of those players have
Nikola
turned into
Mirotic.
anything except for Zach LaVine making an all-star game, once? Or did he get 2? I forget at this point. We endured 5 years of suffering, minimum. Maybe it might even be 6 at this point. 6 years of suffering for the team to have a half of a good season. Think about that. All the years that we watched this team be ass, trying to be optimistic. Oh, Wendell Carter is nice. Larry Market is nice. Chris Dunn, you saw him clip up Steph Curry on that possession? For us to have half of a year of us being good and then immediately realize this shit ain't it. And now we're about to go through another potential 5 years of a rebuild for maybe the same cycle to complete itself.
And that shit don't be helping when you be seeing Laurie and Wendell be hooping.
Yeah, well, Wendell can't stay healthy.
What KB hit me, he said, man, you was right.
Yeah.
Somebody always hurt on the Magic. Legitimately.
Markelle didn't play a back-to-back. So, I don't know. They definitely, Markelle
I just want to tune into a Bulls game with some excitement, you know? And that's not happened this year, except for game number 1. I was excited for game number 1 because it was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
After that, I have not looked at my schedule, but, oh, shit, we go get so-and-so. Let's get it. They be on. They don't get my attention, bro. I would rather do my job and watch other teams.
They're not much of a watchable team. They're kind of boring.
That's the problem. They're bad and boring. There are some bad teams out there that at least they have. Like Sar Thompson, I'm watching Pistons because I like a Sar Thompson. He's fun.
The Spurs are fun to watch.
The Spurs are fun
Even
to
though
watch.
they're bad.
They're probably better. They're better than us.
Yeah.
They beat the Suns twice.
They absolutely did. Speaking of that, Devin Booker coming back tomorrow. So
Decided we need some.
that'll be great to finally see these boys on the court together for a regular season game.
I feel like Devin Booker, he's been like, he's came back, played the game, and then set out a few more games, then came back, played the game, then set out a few more
In
games.
and out.
Like it, I hope this is like a legit, like he's here and he's here to play.
They
I don't
need it,
wanna see
bro.
him come play with
They need
MVP
that
out.
continuity, bro.
Yeah.
They need it for real.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Jordan Hawkins in his mask.
No.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
That shit do be raw.
What was it?
Just a black mask.
it's a black mask.
Yeah, hit in the face, I guess. He's wearing a black mask.
Darius Garland got hit in the face yesterday again.
Always.
Yeah, he fell on fucking Evan Mobley's knee.
He gets hit in the face all the time.
Alex Caruso over there in Chicago will be a great addition to the Bucks, and I know a lot of people that feel that way. Chris Haynes on Alex Caruso in Milwaukee.
Okay, but for what, motherfucker? They don't have anything to give us. We're not just giving away players, especially to no division rival. Now, they kicked our ass for the last 10 years, but we're not sending him in conference
Did you know Zach Levine
or in division.
Zach Levine only averages like 21 points a game against the Bucks. Like his averages.
He can't
against the
get it
Bucks
off.
are
He
like,
can't get off against them.
They put that graphic up on the screen at the beginning of the game yesterday. I was like, damn.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
Look at his averages versus the Pistons next time they play against each other. He averages like 38. That's what I'm like. Get him to
Bro,
the
that's what I
Pistons.
be thinking about too. When you talking about like those overs and stuff, I be like, there's certain players that just when they go against a team, they're
Like
just
Luka versus
different.
the Clippers.
They're just different.
Not an ad. I'm not gonna say the company name, but I subscribe to like this betting feature that has everything you could ask for as far as gambling goes. Where it's like, this is what he's averaged in the last 5. This is what he's averaged in the last 5 against a certain team. And you're like, damn, yeah, this dude be killing the Raptors. Let me take his money, you know. So I think I tried to put y'all on that. Actually, I tried to put Darrick on that website last year.
you did.
I should just give y'all my login. How to, you know, I don't need to pay the money. If we could just
They
all
was
be
telling me I
logged
should
in.
start that. I should start a Discord, a betting Discord, $20 entry fee.
Don't do that.
What the fuck?
Bro, he
But you
talking.
lose everything.
Yeah, you.
Wait, what you mean?
$20 entry fee
Oh,
for lost bets.
It wouldn't just be me. It would be a collective in there.
But who in there knows
But
anything?
no, but this goes back to that degenerate stuff because it's like, yeah, we get to use their money to put our bets back in. I'm
Oh,
like, bro, you're all
crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How they scheming your fan base within your fan base.
Hell
dog.
no.
What else? What else was there?
Mike wanted to talk about Lou Will's comments about the bubble.
What did Lou Will say?
He basically was coming out and saying that like
I think I screenshot.
there was a bunch of stuff about the bubble. One of it was like they heard like people were talking about like nobody's taking this bubble stuff serious, stuff like that, and that's why they kind of took their foot off the gas. He was also talking about how like he was like, man, by day 67 I was checked out, like I'm ready to get the fuck out. He was basically kind of making excuses, or I guess trying to reason why they just like they ended up losing and they blowing that 3-1 lead.
I don't really buy that. I think they just blew a 3-1 lead. You can cope however you want, but
He was talking to Trey Young about it, and even when Trey Young was listening, I felt like him himself internally was like, "You kind of full of shit right now, bro."
Oh, he said it's Trey Young.
Yeah, I think he was on Trey Young podcast.
He just did Paul George.
That's what I thought it was
too.
from. Yeah, because he just did PGs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not true. Didn't he also say like, yeah, we just knew that people want to go respect the bubble?
yeah,
That's part of it too.
He said no one was going to respect
Can
that
we
championship.
stop talking about the bubble? I don't give a fuck.
We won't be able
It's
to
so
because of this
old.
guy. This
It's
guy.
just like,
What you mean? The
Whatever.
bubble was very respectable.
See?
If anybody else's team wanted that bubble, they would have been holding that shit down.
probably,
should,
but
yeah.
I would never say, Lou Will, you want to come on our pod so we can talk about the bubble? I don't care.
But you know what? He actually. This was on Paul George's podcast where they were telling stories of the bubble.
Kawhi
Said
cooking?
Kawhi Leonard had his own.
Yeah, he was cooking tacos and shit.
like that's a story we never
funny.
get.
This is okay, cool. If that type of story, but like, holy
I would love
shit.
a bubble.
Every time Lou
like,
Will talked,
Lou Will said we should make a documentary.
That's what I was
or
about to say.
something.
It should be like a documentary / movie to see what.
And then that'd be
it. Huh?
Yeah.
But there were so many teams there that you're not going to get every story that you want.
They just got a reenactment, bro. They could have who it was sneaking
Sean
out with that
Holmes.
food. Yeah,
yeah.
sneaking out with that food.
You got the Lou Will part of him going to the strip club to get wings.
Yep.
That it's
with fucking Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
like there's some stuff here that they
You
can
gotta
make a
have the
decent
fake
movie.
crowd and Russell Westbrook's talking shit to the nobody in the crowd. It's
The
like
babies.
a bunch of babies.
Oh man, the bubble was fun though. It's
Everybody
because we
got-
didn't have basketball for months at a time.
Yeah.
They're like the bubble was.
Everybody
elite.
had braids and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when the Denver Nuggets had the lineup of Bo, Jokic?
I was just
and-
talking to my dad about that. My dad called me like, man, you know, Embiid, what Bo can do these
Oh,
things.
Yeah.
he didn't
He on
do
the
it.
shake. He on the shacks.
But I told him a bunch of things. He's like, man, that's why I call you, son, because you right.
Okay.
So he don't.
Thanks,
don't,
Ty.
He don't apply by that.
Cool.
He don't subscribe to that thinking no more.
Cause yeah.
Quickly. I said, hey man, Pop.
He must be on Facebook because that conversation was 3 weeks ago. He must have just saw it on the
said
book.
something like, man, this how you know you're on Facebook. Mike gon' like this one. So I'm like, man, Pops, for you to be such a good basketball mind, Gilbert Arenas to Shaq, what has Bo done for y'all to validate him? Give me one memory of Bo. Couldn't he? Like, you know what? You right. Like, yeah, you right. Like I heard Gilbert Arenas say it, and I was thinking of me like, you right. So I'm cool. We get to talk about. I'm like, man, Jordan Poole ain't been doing. He like, man, yeah, man, I'm disappointed with that. He like, it just be silly. He like, I heard some shit too. He like, you tell me is this true? He said after one of the games, he in the locker room, they called him watching porn. I'm like, Pops, you had to be on Facebook. There's no doubt. Because I know when he's trying to joke, and I know when he's like actually thinking he read something, he was being serious.
The clip of Jordan Poole when it's him during that timeout is ridiculous.
What was he doing?
It's
Like a fucking kid.
But
Throwing
did
a
you see
towel
him? Did you
and
see
doing,
him
like, pay
look
attention.
back like he was dead ass
like,
mad, bro?
I
He
don't
was,
know the play.
like he was like really confused.
Yeah, I
He was
had
like, holy
said
shit, I
that
just
whatever
missed the
play was supposed to be ran, it was not ran. That shit ended up in ISO.
Yeah. Hopefully Jordan Poole turns it around. I don't know. Maybe not this season.
You would take him or Andrew Nimhard.
Andrew Nimhard.
That's a fucking lie. If the Lakers had enough money to get Andrew Nimhard or
enough
Poole,
money?
you get Poole.
No, he got if you get Stephen Curry to get mad at you, then you might be doing something wrong.
You
bro.
gonna LeBron
Brian gone. Brian love a huffing
Even when
puff.
it's LeBron fault, he's gonna be he gonna immediately point at Jordan Poole.
Yeah, LeBron yells at his players sometimes. I couldn't imagine.
We already kind of got a
would-
Jordan Poole with D'Lo, the way how he be playing, but he been doing his thing. So
Cam Reddish has had a great game for y'all too.
like I said, you just got to be consistent with it now.
Y'all buying this?
Defense is here though. You said we buying the Cam Reddish? I can't buy into like 2 good games. It's got to be consistent.
But what about the defense?
I'm buying the fact that he's an NBA player finally.
I think I kind of figured that. I already kind of figured that. It's a little bit different when in terms of like there's people that can play, but it's just like you haven't found your home or like your route to how I'm going to get consistent minutes. And I feel like he was just struggling with that connection.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that LeBron's been like instilling a lot of confidence in him, and LeBron believes in him. So when you got that right behind you, I think it just makes you feel good.
What's been going on with life?
Yeah, a good 2 hours of basketball. That's good enough.
Life has been pretty decent. I mean, it's been interesting being a father. It's still every day. It still feels like surreal.
Are you learning things every day?
What new have you learned about yourself?
That I can do it.
That's a big one, bro. That's
Man,
a
you
big
can
one,
do
bro.
what?
Be an adequate father. That's what I'm assuming you mean, right?
Yeah. Like I was nervous about it.
It took
and,
me
like,
a
I was
while
scared as hell.
to come to that
Like
realization.
it
for
was
real.
like this morning. I'm like, fuck. I'm up at 4 a.m. changing a diaper and feeding a baby. Like
I have clothes and stuff.
like I couldn't imagine myself. If you told me this a year ago that you're gonna be doing that, I'm like,
Well, shit,
fuck out
you
of
were
here.
going to be doing it.
I was gonna be like, fuck out of here. Your ass stupid.
9 months ago, it's almost a year.
True, but it's just kind of crazy because
I
like
feel that.
you have to like really. It's like it's always something to do too. Like
Yep. There's no days off, no
It ain't
minutes
that
off.
little ass cat.
But I will say,
it ain't donut.
It does get better.
yeah,
It does get better.
no, it gets better. I keep telling Angie that like it's steps. We already seeing the steps. Like it gets better. It gets easier. Like she's sleeping at night now for like 3 hours maybe instead of 1.
Those first 3 to 6 months are dreadful.
Yeah.
But after that, I mean, it's still not gonna be great, but it ain't as bad as it is now.
Like yesterday, bro, I was trying to sit down and watch that Nuggets. Who did they play the other night? The Nuggets.
played the Rockets.
Yeah, I was trying to sit down and watch that on my laptop, and I'm like, fuck. She shits. Gotta get up and change that. She's crying. She wants to eat. Gotta get up and change that. I lay her down, put her to sleep. Finally, try to sit down and watch again. She shits again. I gotta get up. So now she's up again. So now I had to put her to sleep again and everything. This all happened within like 2 hours, and I'm still in the same fucking game that I've been trying to watch the 40-minute condensed version of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. Can I just sit down?
Yeah.
Did she get that from you? The shit?
Maybe. She definitely does. Those charts that babies do are like grown men charts. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's cool though.
Yeah, it is.
So developmentally, is she started to do things that maybe she wasn't doing a week? I mean, she's 2 weeks old, right? Like 3
Yeah.
weeks old or something. She's still very young, obviously.
Yeah, she just sleeps a lot. I mean,
Because even when I first met her, she was a day old at that point.
Yeah.
She was having her eyes open pretty regularly, and
Yeah.
I don't know what's normal for a baby, but I don't think Avery like was holding her eyes open for a minute after she was born.
yeah, I remember the picture I put in the chat of when the day she was born, her eyes were wide open.
Mhm.
Like it was kind of crazy. Like she was like looking at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like so like surreal. And like
That's the craziest thing about babies. Like, she know you her dad and Angie her mom.
yeah.
Like, babies, it's something where babies know who
Babies
who
hear
are.
you in the womb. Like they might not like they hear the mom's heart being there attached to her, but like your voice is something that they hear regularly.
I saw that video from right before she was born,
Yeah.
of you talking to her in the
Oh
womb.
yeah, and she moved.
And she moved. Like that was like crazy. Like that's the craziness. One thing I was realizing yesterday, or something I was thinking about, is it's so enduring how much trust kids have in you.
yeah.
Like no matter what I say, Avery just believes that what I'm saying is the right thing.
Yeah, because you're everything that she knows.
And it warms my heart.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, come on, we change your diaper. She could be like, I don't want my diaper changed. And she's all right. Give me your hand. Hold the hand. Everything. Now she does have a mind of her own. When she get on the couch, you say don't get on the couch.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, she completely trusts everything that you do, which is beautiful. Because there's anybody to trust is Dada.
That's why you got to be a good parent. You're talking about hit this blunt. I seen yesterday 2 boys having a birthday party, and they was like throwing money and holding guns. You saw that? I don't know if it was real. I don't know, but those guns were real. How do you know the guns were real though? But yeah, that was crazy, man. I'm like, this is crazy. This is like somebody is doing this for real. This isn't a TV show I'm watching.
Yeah.
This is like ludicrous to me.
Yeah, your kids
How
have to be,
fucking stupid can you be?
you pretty much steer your kids' future. You determine pretty much how they're gonna be.
So
a lot of the times.
I just can't
Sometimes they can
believe
go on their own.
I can't believe a fully developed brain could be that stupid.
Yeah.
That's kind of just crazy to me. As stupid as it is, it's even harder for me to believe the stupidity of the stupidness that I'm stupidly locked
Avery
in watching.
the other day went to go get her a pedicure for the first time.
Oh.
Very
And-
cute.
She's obsessed with it.
Really? I remember my mom my mom was so happy when Michaela went with her. My sister went with her for like the first time because she's always just wanted that like girl that she can go do stuff with, and obviously get that with her daughter. And my sister got that back.
She couldn't do that no more.
She just always wants her nails painted now. So it's just like that's a real thing, bro. You can never underestimate how much like an effect your childhood is, just how, or like what goes on during your childhood and how you're treated and everything kind of like reflects you as an adult and as you're growing up. So it's always good to have that type of thing.
Yeah, I got my first pedicure and I'm definitely obsessed with it.
Yeah. And you took how many years?
I don't remember.
Right, he still send us pictures and videos. Like it's
Much needed.
I went the other day. Y'all didn't know.
He be having the Starbucks cup and the cup holder talking about,
Yeah, we finally. Well, we're free. Are we free of the whale? Oh, okay. The much needed text. Not free.
At least you should have started showing us. I remember I used to go on Instagram and I always see. I'm like, Darrick, bro.
Location on
We
them.
fucking get it. What have you learned about Angie after becoming parents?
She's a strong mother. Very loving. I think her character that you see normally is just shown more in her being a mom.
She's healing well.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Good.
Have y'all been able to have? Yeah, open me up. Have y'all been? Paul.
I didn't know where any of that was going.
I was going to say, open up about, have y'all been able to have any you time?
No, not really. It's always the baby there. So her mom came over and helped yesterday, but Angie just went and laid in the room. I was trying to watch the games, but then the baby was crying and shit, and so then it was just that. But like,
but that's the cycle: crying, shitting, and eating. That's it. Crying, shitting, eating.
But like for the most part, we haven't had much us time. But that's normal. It's only been 2 or 3 weeks.
How long until you use the "I gotta go to work" excuse to watch games in peace? Like, does she got to be 6 months? Is it 3 months? Because I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker card come out to play in my household a lot. Game start at 6. Oh, I gotta go to work. That don't mean don't bother me.
Yeah,
but that just means that I'm gonna be focused on work.
I don't know. I'll kind of watch them in the living room sometimes. But maybe I could just say that.
Not now. You can't do it now.
Yeah. And then
Go
go to
See, you got to watch it at your like your desk or whatever, like where you have your setup.
Yeah.
This is why it's important.
Yeah.
It depends. Were you doing that before she was born?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because you're not gonna trick Angie. You can't. You never was that in tune with basketball, and now all of a sudden,
well, babe, I got to make more money. We got the baby, so I got to tune in
more.
Well,
shit.
But normally, I mean, sometimes I do watch the games.
That check better reflect.
I do watch games on the laptop, like with the 2 screens, and then I had a game on the TV. But when I'm in a room, there's 2 games on a monitor, and then another game on a monitor. So it's pretty much the same shit.
Yeah, multiple monitors.
That's a good point.
I'm in that office every fucking day.
That's what I was about to say. That's a good point because it's not the new with me saying I got to go watch the games. It's kind of always been like that.
How often do you be in your little room with the game and shit? Or was that your bedroom?
Not often.
Oh, it's not my bedroom.
Not often.
Bro, I sit in my fucking chair every day.
Now he want to make it a habit. She gonna be like,
KB, how often you sit in your chair?
How often you see me in Discord?
Bro, I'm in my chair probably like 80% of the time if I'm in my house.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, minus the time I'm sleeping.
I just ripped my tag off my chair. I realized I never took it off.
I have my old chair that's just like kind of like close to mine because it's just good chair. It's just I wanted a better chair. And
the funniest shit when Terrence be like, I'm still on. I just want to get in the bed.
He be falling asleep.
Yeah. I like Terrence's setup though.
I be sitting in my chair, and my cat be sitting right next to me in the other little chair, chilling.
That's dope. I'm gonna start using my basement more to hang, because I built the set for the Kenny Beecham pod, and it's got a dope ass PC. It's got an Xbox Series, whatever the little one, whatever the fuck that's called. It's got everything I need to kind of it got a couch, it got a big ass TV. I just use that more instead of my work office, which gets hot as fuck because I'm usually running 2 PCs in there.
Get hot as hell in the office. Man.
3, I got all the lights. It's just like I need to.
I guess that's the lucky thing in my mind is like it's in the front room, so it's not like really enclosed, but it's always cold in my stuff.
Why do you need 2 PCs?
I have a gaming PC and a everything else PC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because I be editing and then downloading stuff. You start doing that on one computer.
Performance finna go down.
The performance goes down. So my gaming computer is literally for games. I ain't even opened up a browser on that motherfucker. Other to download Steam or something like that.
Yeah.
But the other piece, like I have 2 mouse and keyboards and stuff, and one of the monitors I'm always got something on the other PC. But you ain't never gonna find me in no Call of Duty lobby with my latency low or my latency high or whatever. I'm always maxed out settings with a sub 10 latency. I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta turn on my sensitivity, which lets me know I'm locked in because I've never been that.
You said you need to turn it up. Oh yeah, once you start getting comfortable, you guys keep turning it up, bro. That's why.
Wait, I don't think that's true. Once you're comfortable, you should just stay where you are.
No. It's just like you outgrow sensitivity sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm losing a lot of fights because I'm turning later than my opponent.
I think that is true. Like, so say he just got on Call of Duty and his thing is
it's a 3-3.
Cool.
What?
Yeah.
About the sense stuff? It is, bro. Like, especially when I was really playing Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2, like I remember my sensitivity became insane eventually. It's just because you're so comfortable with like moving at that speed.
I agree with you saying.
Like you
when
can keep going.
When I first started playing it,
I gradually moved up.
I never touched it when I first started playing because I was just not on shit. So it didn't even matter. So then once I started playing, I started to touch it a little bit. And like, oh, hold up. Hell no, I'm not ready for that yet. But
you guys got to
my question is, how do you get good then?
Because I do agree with KB. You do have to find a comfort zone.
It is a comfort zone, but it's once you get so good, you're going to realize that like, I probably could have made that play if I turned a little bit faster, if my sense was a little bit higher.
I understand that, but I just feel like that means you're always going to be playing catch up. You're going to catch. So let's say you start on controllers in Call of Duty, you start off on 3-3, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, 3-3 is too slow. I'm going to move it up. Let's say 5. I think 5 fast.
But that's the thing. You go up one at a time. So it's not like.
No, I know what you said, but okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you go to 5-5. You feel good at 5-5. You got a good KD. You win games and stuff. You up it up to 6.
No. Once it gets too out of control, I think there's a balance and a fine line that like I loaded in the game and it's like my sense is too high and it's like there's no way I can even operate like this. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get to somewhere where it's comfortable and you're gonna find a balance in it.
All I'm saying is there's
so you're saying the same thing I'm saying there.
Yeah,
I got to the sensitivity I'm on mouse and keyboard, and I will never ever touch it.
It's not
that sensitivity translates to every game that I play. The same sense I have. There's like a converter. Convert my sensitivity to this on every game.
I think that's how you find your balance and how you find your sense.
What if you find yourself in a situation where you lose in certain fights that you think you should be winning more?
Then in that case, I change it.
Right.
But I just don't get that because I found my perfect sense.
Yeah. Because that's why I'm at.
Just because you're doing well on that sense, don't mean it's your sense. I think.
Well, what?
True, but you'll never know though unless you start fucking around with stuff.
Yeah, you can experiment.
Which I'm okay with being where I am.
But
right
that's
now,
why I said I didn't agree with like the go to 3 to 5, and that wasn't what you're saying. But it's like you're always within 1, so it's not like you're going times 2, times 3. It's just a little bit faster than what you're used to.
Exactly. Nobody's ever going to take that margin over.
It's just a little bit.
That's going to be too overwhelming.
What's your sense on mouse and keyboard?
My sense, I think it's like a 6.
What's your DPI?
I couldn't tell you.
My DPI stays at a consistent 800, which is slow compared to other DPIs. But I feel like I'm not a hand mover. I'm an arm move guy. So like if you want a mouse and keyboard, you might move like this to shoot. I am moving my arm.
I'm a little heavy handed, so I had to slow it down a little bit.
Heavy handed.
A little.
It is what it is.
We've been having a lot of fun on COD. This the most COD I've played since I was a teenager.
It's the best one in a minute.
The only thing I'm questioning myself on how much I'll be engaged. Like let's say 3 weeks from now, how much will I be playing?
We need Warzone to drop.
Warzone would probably help, but also the last memory I have of Warzone is a fucking hacker killing me, and if I get that again, I'm not playing.
We need Warzone and we need Darrick. We need the whole lobby to be homies.
Should I play on the Xbox or should I play on the PC since I have downloaded? PC. Since I do edit on my PC.
I would say PC. But you'd have to tinker your settings so it's not an extreme shaders and stuff.
You could find like that on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Or it could just be in Discord. I'll walk you through the settings. I would always tell people to go PC if they can. Okay. Because your performance is going to be better. On Xbox, you max out at 60 frames per second?
Not even close.
120.
Go PC.
Is it 120 on Xbox?
You can change it to 120. I think if the game supports it, you can go up to 120.
Because my on PC, I'm getting 200 plus frames. My max frame rate.
But he's also going to be playing with the monitor. Your Xbox, do you play Xbox with the monitor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you good.
It's been cool though, because this is the most we've had connectiveness in our friend group in a minute as far as gaming goes. We're like not yesterday, a couple days ago we had a lobby of 5, right? Or 4 or 5. Well, I think it goes to 6. So 5.
John, you, Terrence, Mike, Kyra, 6.
Yeah.
We played Fortnite recently too.
Fortnite being an OG was fun.
If Darrick was playing, it would be 7.
Yeah. We'd have to go to Ground War because it's only 6 per.
Oh,
And I have not played a single second of Ground War.
John also is kind of iffy.
Yeah, he's a weekend player because he's got a job and shit. Well, look at our friends getting real careers and stuff. How dare they? Like
Right.
like Mason. We only talk to Mason through
He
text.
was supposed to start getting back on the Xbox.
He lied.
He said every time I talk to him, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get back on the Xbox.
Then try to
He bought one.
he tried to
He has one.
He tried to overshadow it. When we gonna hoop?
Yeah,
No, trust the real problem.
But Mason do play the game a little bit. He be playing MLB The Show.
Yeah,
he
he
does?
was playing
Mhm.
the show.
He's just not.
A game head.
He's not a game head like us.
I should try to play him in MLB The Show.
Maybe
I should ask him because I like playing MLB Show, the head.
you didn't know who Shohei Ohtani was.
I still just like playing the game.
He hasn't experienced MLB unless you got that one controller. That's like the wire.
KB
Boy,
gave me.
hey,
That shit will have you right, bro. That shit was like, I broke that controller, ended up breaking because it's not really like a.
it's a cheap ass.
It's a cheaper controller, and it's like I don't want to play MLB no more. It's not the same.
Yeah, that controller was so damn cheap, Darrick. But it works. I would never play that controller on any other game. But for MLB The Show, that controller.
How
was
did you find that
golden.
out? Did you just try it?
Watching watching a streamer. He was like, this is the controller that got my pinpoint pitching perfect. I'm like, his ass capping. Then I'm watching him play. I'm like, damn.
I didn't
Perfect
know how
release.
bad it was till I went back, and I'm like, damn, I'm doing it exactly how it was, and it's all yellow,
Yeah, it's
rough,
not
and
working,
it's not
bro.
bumpy, bro. The whatever controller that was, it's so.
And we not giving you your
bro.
promo, bitch. You gotta
It's
pay
so
us.
smooth.
I don't need no name of it, honestly.
It's got to be in my Amazon search.
I got it on Amazon too. It was a cool time, man. Gaming is getting good. Dare I say it? GTA
I have
6
like
is coming
5 games
eventually.
I could play, legit. Well,
Is Madden one of them?
4 if we take Madden out.
Okay,
2K,
2K.
Call of Duty.
2K is
2K
dying in my
2K
eyes.
is dying already.
I still like playing 2K.
I still like
I still like
playing
playing
it
2K. Call
I
of
still like playing
Duty.
with y'all, but like
No,
I'm not playing my career or nothing.
No, I still like playing with y'all.
I could play Fortnite, and I
Fortnite is
still
there.
got that Spider-Man I'm playing. So.
I haven't seen you stream that in a minute.
Same.
Are you?
I'm
did
still stuck at that part.
You could have
You
another
was-
game
he
too, but
too
y'all
damn
niggas
grown.
is lame as hell.
What
Real shit.
happened? GTRP.
You
Well,
already- you
GTA
already-
6 is being announced, so
It
I
says GTA
fuck the
6.
RP.
You already, man, that shit ain't coming out till Avery going to college.
I've never seen somebody put an announcement that they're dropping a trailer, and that's what GTA Rockstar
It is,
just did.
yep.
We're
It
dropping a
takes
trailer next month.
It takes so long to make a GTA. It's crazy.
It's been 15 years.
Twitter is insane, bro. Like, what if I was next to my mom? Like, why?
What the fuck?
Why? I don't look at that type of shit. I don't follow that. Nobody retweeted it. They just said we want to put this on your timeline.
You got to get off that For You page.
You gotta.
I'm not on for you. Oh, you talking about I got to do following only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But you know what? I actually like the For You page.
I do
I like the
too.
For You page more than
Certain
follow.
basketball shit get on there that I don't want to have to necessarily follow the Hornets to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, 50 million followers for House of Highlights.
Say Tyrese Halliburton says a lot of basketball knowledge comes from video
Playing
games.
the- yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of dumbass knowledge. Why he ain't help right there? Nigga, they only help right there on 2K. I guess that's a wrap for this episode of Through the Wire. We will see y'all on Saturday. Peace.
Peace.